Which science, by definition, allows for more than one opinion. Otherwise, you merely have the will of one man, which is the basis of a cult.
If it's not in frame, it doesn't exist.
I'm as mad as hell, and I'm not gonna take this anymore!
I'm funny how? I mean, funny like I'm a clown, I illusion.
Where you been?
Drunk.
Wendy, darling, light of my life.
What is your one purpose in life?
To explode, of course.
I like death with sex. How about you, Casey? You like sex with death? Yeah, so fuck up and die.
Here we are. No fat Jordan. There he is.
I know,
Skinny
literally,
Jordan.
Okay.
No time. This is the Cult of Cinema Knowledge podcast, Jordan.
Well, I like doing this. I like being able to I kind of wish we could watch 8 movies a week and talk
Dude,
about.
you'd fucking blow your brains out.
Well, that would be great. It's like I would abandon everything around me. I would let the business crumble.
We'd be like
my hygiene would just pretty much stay the same.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, right. Definitely be living under a bus, like a fucking overpass, but it would just be with like one of those fold-out DVDs and be like, I'm just fucking mainlining, like back in the old days, just like 10 DVDs from the library, like a day.
No, dude,
the max.
Dude, I remember going down. I would literally just start at an A and just went through every single movie they had at the library. I got to like G or something, dude. I watched like every single film. But you know what? I didn't watch every single film for Horrortober last week. So we got a little extra this week because I'm playing catch up. But now
even fatter this week.
Yeah, well, yeah. It'll be a little bit fat. It's like one extra episode.
Oh, I like it though.
Or one extra film. But I'm on track for next week. So next week it'll just be 7 movies.
No,
so you guys can.
Today we're recording this on a Monday. It's supposed to be session 9, and I'm like, I'm gonna miss session 9. Like I know I'm gonna have to cram that one in somewhere. So it's like.
Right. Well, I'm already ahead. I've watched a couple.
You fucker.
From this new week already. So
fair enough.
I saw Weapons. I saw Weapons in theaters too. So I kind of got that.
I did watch Weapons early. So we'll save that.
I'm gonna watch
it.
Yeah, and I'm gonna watch Weapons again just because I liked it. But well, anyways, today
come back next time for Weapons. I think that's next week.
I know. Please, come back and listen to that.
This week.
But for this week, we're gonna watch. We're going to talk about Bring Her Back.
Bring Her Back
the
first.
Innocents.
Yeah.
Yeah, Bring Her. Yeah, this is in order. I'm saying them in order.
Yeah.
Bring Her Back. The Innocents. Happy Death Day. The Stepfather. Dead and Buried. In a Violent Nature. Train to Busan. From Dusk Till Dawn.
The Stepfather.
8 films.
Yeah,
baby.
buddy.
That's it.
Let's go.
8.
God,
I know.
I wish I had some amphetamine.
I know. Yeah, right. This is as much as I can do. Like when I'm done with this, I'm quiet for like 46 hours.
I know.
I don't say a word
after
all this recording.
Go straight to my ASL class after this. They don't allow you to speak.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Well, that's cool.
So starting off,
this film doesn't have ASL. It has blind SL.
yeah, pretty much. How did you like Bring Her Back? Because that was one. That was like one of your big picks, right?
Yes. Right. This is definitely a film I've been wanting to watch since theaters, and I don't know why I didn't see it in theaters. I don't know. I mean, because I've only seen like 3 movies in theaters for the last year. But anyhow, I was very, very excited to see this. I think maybe my expectations were a little high, but this definitely is the most I've ever squirmed at a movie in my life.
Did some squirming.
So okay, well, real quick, there's synopsis. I don't know. We're kind of it's weird to do 8 movies, so it's like, do you want to do a quick
for Cindy? It's about these 2 kids that are basically orphaned. Their dad dies. One's a blind girl, and they're like teenagers. They go to stay with this woman who's a fucking absolute control freak, gaslighter, manipulator. That is some weird stuff's going on. She's gaslighting the boy, trying to make him seem like dangerous and push him out, but she's like obsessed with the girl because her blind daughter died. And guess what? There's another weird kid there that's possessed by a fucking you find out he's in between demon, and she's gonna try and do a ritual to fucking bring her dead daughter through this, using this middle kid and put her in the body of the blind girl. Disgusting things ensue. This poor boy that's like kidnapped with the demon in him eats a knife. It's brutal. And then it ends, and It's a downer ending. The blind girl lives. The brother dies. The social worker gets creamed by a car.
Right.
You know, and so yeah, that's all you get. So this movie,
all right.
I got some squeamish, dude. The peeling.
No,
he like peels the skin up his arm. That got me worse.
No, see that didn't. Okay, so it's funny that stuff doesn't bother me.
The teeth didn't get me.
Him chewing,
the knife.
Him chewing on the knife. No, it's the teeth on the table. I'm like, ugh, whatever. You know, that's kind of
fun.
just like classic.
I like that.
I love that. I love that. It's fun. It was a little out of nowhere. Kind of didn't make any sense to me, but
just so
I loved
hungry.
It was. I know he's so hungry, but there's so many things he can.
Mary brought it up
to
you. She's like, "This reminds me of Jordan of eating a door." That's what I'm saying. Like,
yeah. Oh, yeah. That's right. That's right. Because it's like that's my icebreaker. Is like, how long do you think it would take you to eat a full size wooden door?
Yeah.
Because it's like you could do it.
People do it all the time.
Yeah, you totally could, dude. It's like go to Subway. You're eating wood pulp.
Yeah, that's a door.
But no, dude, it's the chewing on the knife.
Yeah.
The audio and the visual of it got me. I'm not squeamish at all. I love horror movies. We're gonna talk about In a Violent Nature, and every single instant, every kill in that one, I'm like, I loved it. Like I wasn't. It just was. It's so beautiful. Like I love the.
That's the thing that
effects
these guys do
and
good, I
practical.
think, because it's like obviously these brothers, they did like Talk to Me a couple years ago, and then this was their like highly anticipated follow up, right? And both movies did like this realistic, grimy gore in like a really good way that deals with like also supernatural without it being cheesy at all. It's like very serious and scary.
That's what's so good. Yeah, that's what's so good. But this is like Green Room. It's like I don't squirm except in Green Room when his arm gets cut. It like so real. Like it's one of those things where I'm like, it tricks my brain, and my lizard brain is just like, that like really happened. Like like him chewing the knife. It looked so good. It sounded so good that I was like, oh Jesus Christ.
And you know, because obviously it's like a perfect tension thing where it's like the audience knows this kid's fucked. Like he's got some weird shit. And so when the older boy, I forget his name, he like hands him the watermelon or whatever on the tip of the knife, and I'm like, no.
It's a cantaloupe, dude. It's cantaloupe on a knife, and that would be such a sick tattoo, like that. Just that big butcher knife with like the cantaloupe sticking off the end. It's such a good. It's good imagery, and they use it for one of their posters too. And I'm like, oh, it's so fucking good.
That's good.
It's beautiful. But so my first time watching it, I think that I was reading on. I saw your Reddit post a little bit, and you commented how you don't. These aren't movies that you love, and that's I'm in the same camp with you, where there is something about them. Like everything about this film is perfect for me, and it works great. But there's something I don't personally connect to.
Yeah,
I don't know if it's like a generational thing, or if there's just like. I don't know.
That could be part of it. I could see that because I did feel a little bit of that more in Talk to Me, but it's just like, it was refreshing. This one was definitely more like that family drama, but something about, like, I don't know. In my post, I said like the endings didn't hit, but I don't think it's just that. There is something else in the sauce that's not quite there.
I think it's just like they're not like the things that I enjoy watching, like the practical effects and seeing like. Seeing like the actors kind of like fall
and
into
the pacing and the cinematography, like all the craft is good, but something.
I think they're just kind of novice writers and directors.
It's the story, right? Because it's not even
shows.
it's not even the script, like the beat by beats. It's like the overall story always feels like it's reaching for stuff that it never quite gets. You know, both movies where it's
I think it holds its or whatever, like its influences are like it's red on its sleeve. You know, they're like it's weird. It's like as much as I like it, I'm like I've seen this movie a million times, and I know that's like kind of laughable in horror, but you know there's only so many stories. But I don't know. I think there's something about it that I always like. In Talk to Me, it's like I think they flub the ending just enough to where it doesn't like. I'm not like left sitting there like, whoa, like totally blown away. Yeah. But I'm very happy with these movies.
Yeah,
I'm so excited to see what they do next.
Same, and it's like because I'm not frustrated either because I was watching the ending of this.
No,
and the whole time I was well, not the whole time, because after a while I knew it wasn't going to happen, but it's just like the beginning. I was so intrigued with like the tapes and the kid.
I think that's what it is. Yeah,
And
I'm just
it's
I'm like, oh my
there's
God,
this
it's so strong.
Yeah, there's this undercurrent of like even more fucked up and like crazy interesting shit. And it's smart for them to like allude to that, but then tell a more intimate story. So that's like a nitpick, but it's like it did dangle something more interesting, I think, in front of me. And then when the lead protagonist, the kid, dies, and it's like sort of lackluster how he dies, like it feels real and it's tragic where he gets like drowned in the puddle. And but you still got like 30 minutes left after that, and you're kind of like all the pieces are still pretty much there. And I was like, oh my God, he's gonna eat the boy, and then he's gonna come possessed with the boy, and that's how it's gonna come around. But then like that didn't happen either. It kind of just was like, I can't kill you, and so she doesn't drown her. And no offense to that blind girl, but it's just like she wasn't carrying it the same way that he was.
And
she was good.
Well, dude,
but
no, I actually. So you will like after you find this out, and everyone in podcast land, this is her first film, and she has no interest in acting. Her mom saw a casting call for somebody who was like visually impaired on Facebook, and just was like, talked with her and was like, hey, do you want to go for this?
Put in for
this
yeah.
movie and try it out, and just see
That's
what's
cool.
up. So
That's
this is her like debut film on top of like her not really. It's like she truly is from the ground up. Like she was. It's not like she's working the network trying to get in the filmmaking. And so I actually like watching the whole movie. I thought like, yeah, she's kind of the weakest link, but it's fine.
But I respect
what
her
character is supposed to do. Yeah, but then like learning that, I'm like, okay, she's actually like pretty good. They're
from literally like zero to this. Yeah, pretty good.
Yeah,
pretty good.
Right. No, really though, dude. Because you think about it, like this is like an intense movie to make, and to actually be like blind and to like to go through that whole process. It's like pretty cool. I was blown away. But I think how I wanted the ending to work, and I know this is unfair to the movie because it's like I should watch it objectively, but I thought it would have been cool, and I kind of expected this. I thought that her daughter would have been like the third or fourth time that her daughter has died. Like I wanted it to be where like she was clumsy, because her daughter's blind, and the mom's kind of neurotic and like kooky, and like I wanted it to be where she killed her daughter, or her daughter accidentally died like 3 or 4 times, and she kept doing this with foster kids. And so like, that was like her whole. That was her whole like. I really like at a point I thought they were gonna do that where like the Ollie kid or whatever he was gonna be, because at first I thought that was her daughter, and she was trying to bring a demon in through her daughter, and her daughter was getting sick, and and had like whatever, was mutilated, and I thought that was it. And then I was like, oh no, that's her daughter. Once they show the daughter in the freezer, spoiler alert, which is amazing. That's such a good dead body. Yeah. It's like I have a chest freezer at work, and every time I open it, I'm like, oh. But but then so I was like, oh, okay, no, she's still alive. I get it now. She's doing that whole trying to bring them together. Well, but then I was like, I wish it was like the third or fourth time.
Yeah, that'd be good. See, because I was thinking like this, because it shows the demon like in the bathtub. You see the reflection, and he's got like the somewhat supernatural stuff, and like something that's always fascinated me is the like supernaturally unquenchable hunger. It's like to the point where you're eating a table. Like, that's so cool. And so I thought he was going to eat. I was like, oh, man, the brother died, and there's still like 40 minutes left. That sucks kind of, but let's see. But then I was like, oh, she's in the room with him. Ollie's going to fucking like, he's ready to eat. Ollie's hungry, or whatever.
Yeah,
and I thought they were going to do like
snake style
eat the boy
or something.
And eat his soul, and then like he'd become possessed, and then, and then he would get revenge and kill the woman in his body or something. That's what I was expecting. So I guess it's just like, since it kind of like the ending feels very much more like sadder and tragic and everything, which works.
I can also tell you another factoid.
It fizzles. It fizzles just a bit.
Well, I was reading. There were a couple different endings, and there was going to be a very violent ending where the mom dies, but
not with her and her like dead corpse in the pool. Like, no, not that kind of violent.
It's because like. Their friend, so if you notice, the end of the movie was dedicated to their friend. That's right. He died at really young, and he died during the filming, and so they didn't want to. How they wanted to end it was like like more of a loving embrace.
Definitely more of a tragedy. Which
than,
honestly, the more I thought about it,
so
like
I like it. Yeah. Of course.
When it ended, I was like, oh, that was kind of like, and then like Ollie, the kid, like gets out of the the salt circle, gets washed away or whatever, and he's like, I'm alive and I'm fine, even though he's like peeled to bits and he like ate a child. Like
I know, right? He looks rough.
Like it ends on a note that it's like, oh, that's nice. Like I thought it was gonna go even darker for how fucking dark and grim it all was.
And I think that's the thing. I wanted it to, and I expected it to. Thus, I think the ending's a little like a little weak, but I still I like it. That's what's so hard. It's like this is like a 4-star movie to me.
Yeah, I feel like if I did ever watch it again, because it was so frustrating. All the gaslighting was so frustrating, but like in a good way.
Oh my god!
But it's one of those movies where it's like it's so good and it's so well acted, but it's like, oh, you get mad watching it. You know what I mean? Which is obviously the desired effect, but it's like if I ever watch this again, I feel like, I mean, I enjoyed it immensely the first time around, but I feel like the quote unquote flaws that we have with it are they're more emotional. There's not like flaws with the movie. It's like an emotional reactions to like expectations, not just going in from the previous film, but like set up throughout the movie. Like I kept all these pieces are moving, and then it kind of is just like, meh. And I think that's the thing with both of these guys' movies. But obviously these are both still bangers, dude. Yeah. And
yes.
I
watch anything they said. Find a Reddit. We're both on the same page. Love that. Yeah. Find a Reddit. The Money Minute is crazy because like it didn't do. I mean, it
$13,000. I'm just kidding.
What? No,
I was just going less than Splinter because that's the bar metric.
That is, we have to. Yes, we have to use. I was gonna say like we need like a Splinter counter to be like.
How many
like
Splinters was this?
How many Splinters is this? Because it's really, this movie was $15 million,
and that's like good though. That's like pretty like. That's a respectable budget, but that's like lower.
Yeah,
that's lower. It's pretty low.
15 million is like it's that's a good solid budget.
But that's like a billion Splinters.
I know, that's the whole thing, dude. It's like 800 times more costs more than Splinter, and Splinter looks. That's what's funny. It's like Splinter looks good. And Splinter's a good movie, man. That's like one of those things. Right? Just off the money alone. Yeah, but anyways, It made $40 million, so it did fine.
These guys, I think these guys have a bright future ahead of them, and I'm very much looking forward to it. So, and like we're eating good for horror lately. You know what I mean?
Young,
we're
they're
eating
young
real
punks,
good for horror lately. I'm into it, man.
Yeah.
Anyway, moving on. It's a good movie. You should check it out.
Did you? Was there any Reddits or does it? Or not?
Sorry.
I said find a Reddit. And now I burned through Money Minute.
Oh my god! I said I was going to cut the fat, Jordan.
I know this is not. This is like packing it on, baby.
Oh,
you're adding minutes.
When was I looking at porn on here? I never look at porn on Reddit.
I don't know, man. Did you find? Wait, you can look at porn on Reddit?
No, I never even heard of that.
Oh, okay.
We watched it last week, so I had to go back. Okay, so we'll do just in the interest of time. We'll go over reliable. Closer People 2 says, first watch, this was not on my radar, but always happy to watch A24. I thought this was fantastic. It's going deep into genuine scares and unpleasantness and balancing it with believable characters, devastating themes. I really liked how the film approached the supernatural angle. It didn't focus on it and let the viewer fill in the mechanics. Keeping the focus on characters and psychological horror felt really unsettling. Special mention to Sally Hawkins. I know her as the mom from Paddington films, great children's films. And though she's kind of a soft-spoken and whimsical, seeing her in this is, wow, what a range. Overall, best film so far and be one I recommend to people, 8 or 9 out of 10. Yes, great write-up. Toxic Vanilla says, literally just watched it last night. I liked it a lot. Yes. Very... Very good. Thank you, guys. No, that's a good way, because that's the thing. It's like I wanted more from the supernatural stuff, but it was a smart move. And the fact that they kept me wanting more in a good way, where it's just like I want more to see what's going on with those tapes and like that fucking what is that? Some Indonesian factory where they're just like having demons. Yeah. All right, let's move on.
No, if you go to our Reddit. There's a hyperlink I put on there.
There's
really
a
website. There's a website that gives you all the lore to Talk to Me and to this movie because they're in the same universe, obviously. So it's like Yeah. So
Are they cool?
So go back to our Reddit. Look at those. My God, we need to hurry up, bud. We're gonna be here for 2.5 hours.
3 hours.
If we're not doing it, because because I'm like,
well, what's the next
one
movie?
we're doing? The Innocents is the next film.
This
this film is I don't know, interesting. So do you want to give another? Do you want a synopsis for this? I can give it a synopsis. It's just like little.
I'm gonna go one
X-Men children.
I'm gonna go one sentence. Yeah, these kids in a fucking walk up like just apartment complex. Some of them discover they have powers that grow stronger from being together, and but one kid's a burgeoning psychopath that's gonna be a serial killer one day, and so that's how it turns out. And they're sad, poor kids from like a. I don't know.
Yeah,
whatever the equivalent.
Swedish? What are they?
They're Norwegian.
It's in Norway. Okay.
Anyway, so it's kids shenanigans, which anyway, it's.
But it's got like
it's good.
So it's like Florida Project mixed with
Let the Right One In mixed with
or Chronicles or whatever. What's that? Or not
kinda
Chronicles?
Chronicles.
Or is it Chronicles? Yeah, Chronicles. So.
Kinda.
But yeah, But it's like so. That's the thing. I was gonna compare it to Let the Right One In.
Yeah, lonely Norwegian kids. It's very dour.
Yeah, but then it's very Florida Project where it's like shot at their perspective.
On
it's them.
The kids are the characters.
It's just
child actors were so fucking good in this.
They were so good.
Some of the best child actors like I've seen in recent memory. Easy.
No, and the Ida, the main girl or whatever, like I was like, dude. She conveyed such wild emotion so subtly that I'm like, this is crazy. This is like pretty. I'm like, damn, she's like really good.
I hope they stick with it because if so, there will be someone like you don't really hear that many Norwegian
they'll
actresses. I want to see it happen because they all did so.
But they could. Yeah, they totally could. The kid though, dude. It's crazy how he,
he was great.
He went.
I wasn't expecting much. Like, I didn't know what to expect from this movie. I was kind of like, all right, open mind, as a suggestion. I'm like, I remember seeing the poster for it, and I thought the premise looked intriguing. But this honestly blew my socks off. This was like so far my biggest surprise of the month so far, where I'm just like went in with nothing, and I absolutely loved it, and I kept thinking about it like afterwards. As much as I could, shoving more horror movies into my ocular cavity.
I know,
but
right. That's what's so hard is like I don't even know when I watched this, but it's like I think that how films work. It's like you condense it down into like the really impactful bits, and typically the ending is like the beginning and the ending is usually those are the two big highlights. But like the scariest thing because this is I think it's generous to call this horror per se, but it's like it's very psychological thriller. I mean, it's horrific.
It's more like disturbing kind of, but the two horror moments legitimately are some of the biggest scares of the month for me. When the kid, because like his power, so he's like a psycho, right? And his power. When he turns,
no, dude, I love it. I love how subtle it is that like he's the perfect horror villain, creation. Like the abuse that he suffers, and then the board
step
that he takes.
Because the main girl, she's she feels pushed out, and she's also like the board because like little kids are cruel. They're discovering the world. There's a certain amount of inherent cruelness that comes with that. But she's also feeling resentful. She puts the glass on her autistic sister's shoe. Like she's pushing it a little bit further, but then she enables him, and he just does that cat scene, which that was seared into my brain, dude.
That is the cat scene. I was gonna say that's where like if someone wanted to argue that this is like truly just full horror. It's the cat scene.
No, dude,
stuff like to me because it's like
it is. That's the most disturbing because it's like. It's really the lead up to it, and then they just really draws it out, and you see everything. It's pretty. Yeah. It's a pretty brutal animal abuse, which you could skip if that bothers you. Skip past it, but it's extremely well done and disturbing. Obviously, they didn't really do that to a cat, so. But I mean, maybe they did. I don't know. Maybe they really
No,
do
I
have
mean, I
psychic
doubt.
powers.
It's not Milo and Otis, so
Yeah.
I don't think they're throwing. I don't think they threw like 19 cats off the stairs. But,
but I'm talking.
Yeah.
I think this is what doesn't get talked about because I didn't see anything really about this movie. But when he, like the way he like flips and makes like he like controls the other people to make them do things, it like puts them in that like dark realm. And so when he puts like that girl's mom in the dark realm and then you see her, actually scared me. Like it actually scared me. And it's like to make everything seem so menacing, but it's like it's her daughter. And then like again when she's like, did you make me think it was a snake? And then later when she pushes him off the bridge and then she like gets caught up in that realm and you're like, oh fuck, he's getting her from a distance, you know, because it's the snake in her hand, you know, when he puts her hand on the root. It's so good.
And
like
and
that
like
shit
is
done so well. It's creepy as fuck.
The silhouettes that float towards her. Definitely it's that eerie.
I kind of wanted more of that stuff because it was like,
right.
That was
I think
super creepy.
Yeah, and I think that's where I'm like, there are a couple. It's like this is more, you know, I would say this is like more supernatural, dark supernatural, you know, and with some horror aspects for sure.
Yeah, it's like
Anyway, but I think like, him controlling people is awesome, but I think the like cruelty to his mom, and then to me it's the abandoned child. It's that kind of like that kid that's living. I'm trying to remember.
Latchkey
God,
kids.
there's a great kind of. But it's the. Oh my God! There's a great. Like this is Life is Wonderful, or this is Life or something. Wow, there's a Japanese movie. If I remember it, we'll mention it one day. Where like these three kids, they get their parents abandon them, and they just live in their Japanese home for a while, and then like their sister dies, spoiler alert, and they put her in a suitcase because they don't know what to do with her, so they try to leave with her like dead corpse in a suitcase, and like it's brutal, and it's like that the whole time where they're like eating spoiled food.
You should find out what that is.
Like,
that sounds interesting. I feel like you told me about it before, but
I saw it in high school, and like God, I can't remember what it's called. It's got like a beautiful, you know, like a cheery name, but it's like devastating. Anyway, that's the vibe I got. Like that's what I loved about him. I love like
Well,
he finally goes arch, and then it's just like he's kind of reaping what he sows, and he's almost like he doesn't want it necessarily, but he's like been pushed to that.
He's just a stinky shit kid that no one loves, and he just takes it out on everyone else. And so it's just like, really interesting to see the burgeoning of that and what happens when you put that kind of power in the hands of someone like that, like a youth too. That's like could go either way. You know what I mean? And but I also thought it was really sad that the girl basically got cured of her autism through like psychic powers, you know what I mean? And then just too much Tylenol, I guess, you know, whatever. But I
know, really though, whatever.
But then it goes
circumcised,
back.
So
like those poor parents, dude, they're like so excited, and then it's just like the other girl dies, who was basically like pumping her brain full of fucking psychic juices, and then it's just like her parents are like, "Oh no, what happened? Like she's way worse now." Yeah. And then it just ends. And you're just like, "Oh, brutal." But I guess they explode that kid's heart with the power of friendship or whatever.
Whatever, sisterhood or whatever.
Well, all the other kids in the neighborhood come out too, and they're like, "Yeah, he's the bad one." Yeah.
Right. I think that's kind of fun. The whole like
it's cool.
That's the Florida Project-esque-ness of it, where it's just like it's like this like world that we don't see, like Baby's Day Out, like we're not paying attention to these kids, and it's like they just blew up a kid's heart. So
I know.
I guess they killed his heart. I thought they just like kinetically, psychically smushed him, and that was.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if it's hard.
He just gotta get.
They had like the
smushing.
They had like the beat of the audio, so I mean, obviously that's how they show that it killed him, and it's like obviously the effects were just kind of subtle and cool. You know what I mean?
Right.
Which all the effects were
because you can't
very subtle and cool throughout it when they're like testing their powers and like throwing the rocks and stuff. It's fun.
Yeah,
pretty.
No,
fun.
and I feel for her. The main actress is so fucking good, dude. Because I feel for her so bad that she wants to be special, and like she like despises her sister for her disability, but like then it's like her power, and so then she kind of forgives her at the end. It's great. It's a good story. I like it. I don't know if I'll ever really watch it again. Like voluntarily, like I would happily watch it again, but I don't know. There's something about I think the pacing. Is my only like That was the only hindrance. I noticed myself in the second act being like, okay, it's got to do something a little more exciting because like I'm waiting. But
it did feel. I agree. Like it ramped, and then it kind of plateaued for a while, and then it ramped again. But no, I see what you're saying. I want because I've talked about Chronicle before, and you've never seen it. I want more movies of like dark, like not superheroes, but like what happens when like psychic and like powers go dark, like Firestarter even. You know what I mean? Like I don't know. If there was enough of those,
Carrie,
I would.
Carrie has got it
100%.
Yeah.
It's Stephen King. That's his bread and butter, honestly.
I know, right? I literally was just about to say. I guess just Stephen King. He has that other fucking one where it's like
got a couple.
the mutants that are.
He's got the
just came out
Institute,
now.
which is like that.
The Institute.
Anyway, so
Yeah.
I don't know, if there was enough, I would do a month of that. But yeah, this would fit perfectly there. Anyway, so
all right, so do a Reddit.
I got a Reddit.
Find a Reddit. I'll tell a money minute.
I pulled it up. I got it.
Oh well,
there's no fat,
money
Jordan.
minute.
There's no fat.
Well, people got to know the money. If they don't know the money, then what are they even gonna? What are we even doing here?
What do they even use for money over there? Just like stinky fish? I don't know.
That's what I said. I said in my notes. I just said slow but cool. That's all my note was. But it was only $3 to $5 million.
Okay.
To shoot, which is
good.
crazy cheap, but also like there's nothing.
Underpaid the children. They just paid them in peanuts or something like.
And nothing fucking happens. Like where the budget would go is to the realm when they go into the realm, and that's like it. The rest of it is like literally just an apartment complex,
which is dope though. I like those little small ones.
No, it's great. Yeah, I'm just saying like it's cheap, and they use their money well because that actually is pretty cheap. $5 million for
and the VFX.
A movie's crazy cheap.
Were like, I mean, they were definitely noticeables, like as VFX. They were good and subtle. They were good.
This movie was shot in what 2002 or 2022 or like 2024 or something so very recently. So like you basically could just buy an iPad. And it'll have special effects already. Yeah, tools. But anyways, but then it did it. I tried to like verify. It said that the box office had only budgeted it made 300,000. So
that's unfortunate.
A big loss, but I don't,
because I'm interested.
Which I've never heard of this movie until now. So
I remember when it came out, I saw a thing about it, and I saw the poster, and that was about it. But it's like, it was. Like I said, this is like a 4-star for me, but like not on my radar. Not like I never would have probably watched it otherwise. So it was such a big surprise for me. Not perfect, yeah. Like you said, it definitely got some pacing issues, I think. And it's like it does a really cool story, but small scope. But I would love to see the talent behind this. There's like a lot of potential. So it's unfortunate it didn't make its money back.
Well, and all the kids, this is their first film.
That's just all the kids.
So,
I mean,
also
the filmmakers
like,
were fucking on point. Like it didn't feel amateurish. You know what I mean? It felt very mature and I mean mature and immature and good. It showed kids really well, like Florida Project, which is like the best version.
Right.
Anyway. Right. Competitive Bat 5831 says, I didn't even know this wasn't on my radar. The kids' acting was phenomenal in my opinion. The movie is about one of the most horrific situations imaginable. Children with superpowers. The protagonist girl is a little shit, killing a worm outside. The fucking glass in her sister's shoes. Yes, I understand there's likely resentment towards her sister taking up so much of their parents' time due to her health issues, but that's still crazy. The boy is weirdly a little... he's going to make another fucking nerdy-ass comment. It's Itachi from Naruto. With how he pushes dreams on others and kills his family.
Nerd.
It's funny because he's really even not that nerdy. He also is another example, in my opinion, of someone who will burn down the village that rejected him just to feel a little warmth. Totally. If he had a loving family, he never would have crushed that cat's head.
100%.
Yeah. Anyway, he goes on to say, I feel horrible for the mother who was controlled and then killed her daughter. She has to live with that, what she's done without any idea of what happened. Thank you for that comment. Honestly, that was my favorite scene. That because it was so brutal and it was so well done.
No, and it was so it's so subtle and smart when it's like it shows her standing there with like the rabbit and like she looks like a demon. It's like it's great. It's really cool.
It's good.
But it wasn't enough. But anyways,
sure.
I did enjoy this film enough. I don't think it hit me as hard as it hit you. But this next film though, baby, this next film hit me so hard. I was like, Whoa! It's a Happy Death Day, dude.
Oh, is that the next one? Okay, I was like,
Get,
so you're goofing. You're goofing.
yeah, I'm goofing. Yeah,
You're
right now.
goofing.
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry if you can't tell.
I was looking on the list. I was like,
slash.
Okay.
That was slash S. I was doing a little
Happy Death
backslash
Day
S. Some sarcasm.
What if
It's super fun.
What if a bitchy college sorority girl went through a Groundhog Day where at the end of every day she got murdered by a killer? It's part whodunit, part slasher, mostly Groundhog Day.
Yeah.
It's a lot of fun.
Yeah. And then there's one guy named like Craig or something. What's his name? And he's the love interest.
My dog just realized I was talking in the other room and it scared the shit out of him. She's like barking now. I'm like, what the fuck is that? Anyway. Yeah, it's fine. Yeah, whatever.
You're an intruder.
Calvin or whatever. I don't remember his name.
Yeah, his name's Carter.
Carter.
You know, this is one of those like.
Carter.
This is one of those movies.
It's more of a comedy. I put it on there for like the horror comedy because we didn't really have a lot of horror.
Of course,
we've been watching. I mean, Bring Her Back, The Innocents. Yeah. Like these are movies that are just like they're giving me
honestly,
I'm gonna take up smoking, and this movie's just like it's light. You know, it's popcorn.
Right. Yeah, it's PG-13. There's like no. This could be rated. I was like, I actually the whole time we were watching this, I was like, this could live under the realm of, like there needs to be like an in between PG and PG-13. like
with video games, it's like or like
know.
TV. It's like TVY 7.
Yeah, right. This is definitely like it's just like this is PG. It's parents' guardians, you know, whatever parents' guidance or whatever. But it like I don't know.
There's a bong in it.
I am like completely desensitized. So like, I don't know. There's fat shaming. That was like that bothered me the most.
If I wasn't me and was watching fucked up movies from a young age,
I know,
if I was just a regular,
if
I was just like a regular kid, you know, fucking suburban Utah, and I'm like,
I just got back from Bible camp.
I kind of like horror stuff. I'm gonna take this. I'm 13 years old, and I'm gonna go necking with the girl I got a crush on it during this movie because it's gonna like there's just enough jump scares and a little bit of tension, and it's fun. Yeah. It's perfect. You know what I mean? Like that. It's perfect for that.
It really is. No, and it honestly, what's nice.
Me,
is,
I'm like in my chair
director,
with my shirt off. I'm like derivative. You know, like
yeah, no, kind of. But it's more just like it's like you know, like Palm Springs did it better, but also Palm Springs came out way after. So,
true.
Anyways,
Palm Springs is the best version of that, in my opinion.
It really is. It is, in my opinion, too. Next to even actually, I think it might even be better than Groundhog's Day, but I don't know. It's like
Groundhog's Day is
like,
classic, but
it's classic. So, but it's
go
also
listen
kind of like
to the Palm Springs episode,
which
we haven't done.
We've never done Groundhog's Day, and we fucking need to.
It's been on a couple.
We have done so many Groundhog's Day esque movies. That like
well, it's funny because it feels like suddenly there's like a flux of them, but it's like I don't know because this is like this movie does feel like it's kind of a gimmick, you know, but it works because the whodunit kind of works too, where you're like, who was it?
Yeah, it's a fun. Even if you took the Groundhog's Day premise out of it and you just kind of made it like her and just kind of a pretty straightforward Scream-esque, you know, style film.
Sure.
I still liked it enough. It's fine. You know, it's fine. It's like this is definitely one of those that like. When people, it's like I like Freaky a lot more, but that's just because I like Vince Vaughn, and so.
And I don't know if that's rated R, but I feel like it is. I feel like it leans more into the slasher slightly.
Yeah, maybe. I mean,
but it's still. He makes it's Vince Vaughn being a teenage girl. It's great.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, and that's what I like is like this director is doing this, and I remember either in Freaky or something. Anyways, he talked about wanting to do this. He loves doing like the genre mashup.
Yeah, it's great.
So it's fun.
It's fun.
He does it great.
Like, so yeah, this movie is kind of anything else other than that's whatever. I kind of hated the whole like 20 minutes to focus on. Oh, and then by the way, my mom's killer was a serial killer, and he's I mean, he's not the red herring. He's used as a puppet by her like roommate. It turns out, you know what I mean. And it's sad that she loses that perfect day where she does her perfect day because that's always satisfying in Groundhog Day movies where they think they're going to get out and they do everything perfect and they fix all their problems and they stand up to all the injustices in their lives, you know, and she dumps fucking chocolate milk on that sorority bitch's head and everything and then dies anyway, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's fun. I don't know. It's all right. It's whatever.
Yeah. I'm excited. to see the sequel.
I
I
was gonna say I watched it. I liked it enough the first time I saw it, where I was like, "That was fun. That was easy. It was a good time. It was a gimmick. It was cool. It had a horror twinge." And I watched the sequel, but I don't remember any of it other than it's just 100% sci-fi.
Oh, okay, interesting. All right,
it's like kind of a gimmick. I don't know. It kind of undoes some stuff, I feel like, and so I did not like it that much. But interesting.
Yeah. Oh well. Yeah, it's fine. This is definitely just one of those. This is one of those. Here, I'll give you a money minute real quick, and this will. Yeah. I'm excited for that. That's great. I will tell you that this is why people make fucking PG-13 slasher films with high school looking kids that are 25 and it's kind of silly and kind of suspenseful.
They're
but
in
like
college.
No death happens. Yeah, nothing. Like it's one of those, like, that's why these movies exist, is because it cost them $4.8 million to make this, which is fucking slim.
Yeah, it's slim.
It grossed $125 million.
Jesus, that's a buttload for a horror movie too.
This is the Blumhouse effect. This is why they make $10 million and under movies, because they're going to make $25 to $100 million back.
It's worth, because then they can take the risk. You know what I mean? Because they can make the risk.
Well, and there's really no risk, because it's like, it's so cheap, and it's just like, as long as it's serviceable.
Well, that's what's
like
good,
Ouija is the one. Like, Ouija is the movie that I always, like, I remember that's a movie that I almost walked out of. I saw it in theaters, and the whole time I was like, I saw it for free even. I just theater hopped, and I was sitting in it, and I was like, I could just leave. I didn't pay for it.
I can leave.
Just leave. And I was like, I got nothing else to do. Let's just finish this dog shit movie. And that grossed a fuck ton of money too. So it's just like, I don't know.
True.
Yeah.
That's wild. I wonder, so we'll have to keep that.
It's our highest grossing movie. It's the highest grossing movie out of like all these so far.
That's what I'm saying. Let's keep that as the benchmark for what makes the most money, because it's like, I wouldn't have said this is the most popular, but clearly, I mean,
but I think it is it gets enough meat in the seats.
Well, and it's very accessible, and I think that is in its favor. You know what I mean? Where it's like something like, Bring Her Back or The Innocents, it's like not as accessible. Like, well, yeah, they have their niche. Like, obviously, A24 and Bring Her Back, like, they have their niche, especially. But this is fun. It's not too scary.
Dude,
A24, it's not too offensive.
Dude, A24 is not. They don't make films, and they don't even produce films. A24 is like Criterion, where they host films to sell merchandise. They're like Disney.
They pick them. They're like Devolver Digital for video games, where it's like they have like a brand reputation that they find shit that fits their brand, and they're like, I will give you money and I'll put your shit out, and it fits our stuff. But I mean, they help finance some stuff. I mean, I think, right?
No, they do. I know I'm being hyperbolic, but it's just one of those, like, they
keep giving Ari Aster money. Thank God, because
I know
the guy
really
deserves it. Please, out there, nobody watched it. Go watch fucking Eddington. Anyway, I got one.
I know. I haven't even seen it.
I'm skipping back and forth. The two dudes that are in it with us constantly, and I appreciate you guys so much. You're getting to get most of the Reddits, but if there's another person, I'll try and throw them in too. But Clones of People 2 says, first watch, vaguely heard of this, but did not know much. I was excited that it was a time loop movie, and for the first 30 minutes, I was really enjoying this, and then it just started getting too silly. The film was setting itself up as something that could be well written and clever and a deep whodunit, but I think it started leaning far too much into the silliness and surface level story. There's so much depth this tried to do, but it felt like the other characters and subplots were just bullet points. The killer, it seemed like so much effort. The amount of work required by the killer to pull off every day is just unbelievable.
Yes, I know.
Maybe I'm just overthinking this one, and it needs to be embraced for what it is, but the core idea could have been so good. This felt like a letdown. 4 out of 10. I agree. It's like,
I have to wait. How did she know she was killing her every day? Did she know she was stuck in a time loop too? The roommate?
No. She just wanted to kill her so bad. Well, because the whole thing, what it turns out, it was she tried to kill her with the cupcake, and then when that didn't work, she let the serial killer go. And then, so that's why it is the serial killer the whole time.
Oh, the
that's
whole time.
in the baby mask. The serial killer's in the baby mask.
Yeah, that's right. That's
but
what it was.
it does get a little.
I forgot.
I like it because I forgot all about that because I've seen this before. But I knew it was the roommate the whole time.
Well, no, that's the thing.
But
Yeah,
then
I
I'm like,
remember
it's
the
not her
roommate
in the
and-
mask. And then I forgot that it was the serial killer in the mask because it's dumb. You know, but. 'cause
Yeah.
You know, close to people too. You're right. Thank you. Because it's like, even though I enjoyed this probably a little more than you, it has such potential, and it does unfortunately become more of a turn your brain off kind of movie, which has its benefit. But yeah, it could have been more. I want to watch Freaky again because I feel like Freaky falls into some of the same trappings. I think a little bit, but it was a more of a refined, finished thing on the premise. Anyway, so moving on.
Yeah.
It's fine. It's fun. It made $120 million, so you probably saw it. So
I know. I know. Right. It's like so what the fuck do we know? But our next film
The
is
Stepfather,
a movie that did not make anywhere near that amount of money in the slightest. It's called The Stepfather.
Yeah.
And
The Stepfather.
I've
Sorry,
never
you said it that way at the
heard-
beginning, and now I can't.
Yeah. The Stepfather. I love their poster though, dude.
great.
In the mirror,
Poster's
it says,
awesome.
"Who am I here?"
Yeah.
Question mark, dude. So good. That's probably my favorite line of the whole movie too. Obviously,
Oh,
it's like the
that's
best
why
reveal.
it's on the poster
But,
is because it fucking slaps.
Yeah. It's
And
he literally slaps
sums
her.
up. Yeah, it sums up what makes this movie scary or unsettling. Because this is more like this one is the one that's like horror, I guess.
Right. No, I
because
agree.
It's
yeah.
definitely just like thriller-esque, but it works because
So this the synopsis of this, real quick, a fast one again. He's literally, the movie opens up where he's changing his identity, and then he leaves a room where he's just like family annihilated everybody, and he literally gets into a car, drives to the next town over, and now it's like a year later or 2 years later or whatever around that time. And he's a new stepfather, and he's hanging there, and the daughter's kind of suspicious of him and thinks he's weird because he's a little controlling, and he has his downstairs basement where he goes and he pounds on wood and builds a birdhouse, real real angry like, and then he just repeats that. It's a simple, straightforward. He's a family annihilator who is looking for the perfect home. And so he repeats.
And the worst
whole
part
thing
of the
again,
movie, honestly, is the addition to the brother of the previous family, who they kind of shoehorn in that he's following his trail.
Right. Which I don't
For
really
him to
mind
just-
him that much.
I don't mind him, but he just serves no purpose at the end. He's like, this guy killed my sister and their whole family, and he's probably done it before. He's a psycho. And then he shows up at the climax, and he's like, what the? And like, he just waits there to get fucking stabbed, even though he had a gun and he knew this guy was dangerous. Anyway, that pissed me
he
off.
was like he had like the motive to kill this guy, and then he got. It's one of those things where I'm like, it made the main character, the stepfather, it made him like kind of almost like so cunning and so like he like so composed that he could get away with this, where I was like, he just kind of was like a bumbling idiot. And so then the brother thing, I totally forgot about the brother thing until you just mentioned it. I'm like, oh
Well, it's
yeah,
'cause
right.
it
He's only
amounts
in it
to
for like
nothing.
4 scenes.
Yeah.
Right.
But I
Right,
mean,
right, right. It really does.
surprisingly though, like it's like those 4 scenes are like 15, 20 minutes of the movie. And
I know, really.
but it's him like hunting him down, but it's just, it doesn't really amount to anything, which is unfortunate, other than to be a body that dies in the climax, to add another death.
Right. And that's the pinnacle of this film. This is like a mid to late 80s slasher film, and I feel like they were just like cranking them out, and so they're just kind of like, it's serviceable, and here you go. And then it hinges on Terry O'Quinn's character and his acting.
Crushes. Yeah.
Is superb.
Terry's
I give that like 4 stars for sure.
by a mile, because Terry O'Quinn is dope. I mean, I know him from Lost. I think everyone knows him from Lost. It's like the only thing.
I know that's the only thing I know him from.
Yeah, but
now this.
he fucking right. He was great in this. This is like very his unhinged. Knowing what he's done too is like such a smart move. Like that's such a ticking time bomb to like know how this started, and like for him being like, I just want the perfect family, and then it's literally like, well, maybe they disappointed him. You know what I mean?
I know, right? Well, I kind of wish that like there was a little bit more suspense, like the brother coming back and giving that whole like info dump and like backstory is like fine. But it like I don't know. It's like I thought we were gonna see him
more
I thought
cracks
it
at
was
the
gonna go in
edges
the
because
past
we
and
as
then
the
be back.
audience see
Yeah.
like he has like one temper tantrum. He's a weirdo. He kills the therapist, which is a fucking mess too. Like he's just like,
I know.
oh, I killed this guy, and then let me just like light his car on fire and push it over the ledge, and then like no questions, and then it's over now.
Yeah.
Which it kind of sums it up for me that it's just like this movie had so many weird inconsistencies in the script. I think it feels like a first draft to me. There's so many just things that I feel like not really thought out. And yet, this movie, I said that exactly like I typed it on the Reddit too. I didn't even realize. I literally wrote like, and yet, ... But
yeah,
this movie has got like an atmosphere that works. You know what I mean? And it's Terry O'Quinn, and it's like he's so unsettling, and it's like everything is very methodical. Like he gets on when he decides to ditch this family, he gets on the ferry and he gets his new identity that he's gonna start getting.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. I like the daughter a lot too. Like they have a good like tit for tat, like, you know, and how like I do like she notices from the beginning that like, you know, he makes her
weird.
uneasy and he's like,
too
"There's
much."
something there."
Yeah.
But dude, that like, yeah, him doing his whole like his life swap, like it's cool to see the process. It's kind of subtle, like he's living double lives, you know, and it's kind of crazy to think like how that works, but it's like, you know, there are no cell phones, I guess. You know, God, I dream every day to just live a double life, but
right.
but like but like how he does that is kind of wild. But dude, that is probably one of the greatest A, deliveries, and B, just like sick ass lines. Like a lot of these kind of movies are like the second act is the slowest thing you'll ever see in your life. But then the climax is always sick, because when he's on the phone and he like gets his name wrong and he like messes up and he's just like, "Who am I here?" He just cold clocks her with the phone.
He does. He literally is just like,
"Hell yeah, dude."
you know what? We're doing it.
I know, yeah, and that's what I love. Where it's like, oh, here comes the like, yeah, the Family Annihilator style. Like he's straight up,
literally just a faceless shell. Like we never. I love.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. I know there's a sequel or whatever, but it's just like we never learn.
Well,
who he really is.
The sequel's a prequel, and then the
it is.
third movie he gets plastic surgery and it's a whole new actor. So, which I'm kind of like, now I'm like, well, I want to go down the Stepfather.
He gets stabbed in the heart at the end of this one. Like he should just die. But like, I like the idea that like
I think he. Oh yeah, you're right. Yeah.
In my mind canon, it's like, oh, like this man, like they'll never find out who he is. Like they take his fingerprints, he's a fucking John Doe. Like he's an enigma.
Yeah.
Of just like searching, like you get hints of just he's like, literally like, did you have a hard upbringing? And he just like stares into the middle space. He's like, yeah, you could say that. You know what I mean? It's just like that's
Right.
kind of all you get. You know?
No,
what I mean?
yeah,
It's just like-
or yeah, it's gonna be very like
He just
he's
wants
very
the perfect
innocent.
family.
Like his like he probably was abused, but like he'll never, you know, it never like existed. Like in his mind, he's getting abused, but it's like his mom's making pancakes and like everything's happy and, you know, hunky dory.
I also before I read a Reddit and before you do a thing, I just need to mention that it's pretty left field that they just needed to show that teenage daughter's titties for some reason, right?
I know. Well, no, okay, and then
it's fine.
We talked about it. We talked about
It's
it before, though.
fine, but-
Very refreshing that there was just like full frontal nudity
That's
right
good.
in the first like 8 minutes, not even the first like 4 minutes of this movie. And I was like,
He's
oh,
washing
this
the
is-
blood from his family annihilation, you know? It's,
Well, right, yeah. But it's just great because it's like, yeah, he's just in there shaving, and I was like, is he on the run? Like at first I was like, what? You know, what is? It was great intrigue. I was like, what is happening? What's going on? And then I don't know. I'm kind of like I'm on like it's such a of its time, like the 80s. They do that, you know, that it's like the beginning has to punch, like it has to hit real hard, that gut punch, and so it's like you see the whole massacred family, and it's like, you know, pretty brutal. But it also, I think, kind of like sets a precedent, you know, that my expectations was this was going to be a lot more slashy, a lot more slashery, but
sure, yeah.
But then it's good. It's like, yeah. I want to see
really
the
glad-
remake,
I'm really-
even though I heard it's not very good, but
Yeah, I'm really glad I watched it, and I will remember it for its
totally
grainy,
I personally,
almost like
I think it's
TV movie vibe, but like grainy.
yeah, totally.
Like, I don't know.
Well, I think it's better than like Halloween. That I compared it a lot to Halloween, just how it was shot and scored and stuff.
Did you
and
just
like,
say the
kind of
Stepfather was better than Halloween?
Yeah. I think so. I do. Yeah.
Really?
I think it's like how Halloween is like 100% just it hinges on classic nostalgia.
I think no,
and
buddy, come on. I think I think Halloween is overrated. I think it's overrated for sure. But
right. And I like Halloween. This is the thing.
I'm not even. Movie.
I'm just saying as like. I don't know.
The Stepfather.
The Stepfather is more of like a character study where like
which I
Halloween
like
is like an ensemble. Like you are in the mind of the killer. So I love Halloween. Don't get me wrong. It just is every time we watch it, I'm always like Halloween is so much more subdued than you remember. It's like Halloween lives in your mind canon. It's like.
I'm not the big
score is
Halloween
better
stand.
though for sure.
Oh well, yeah, that's
like
the best.
Score
that's the best.
The score in Halloween is
the best part, baby.
But.
Best part. No, I see your point in the way that it's like this is not a slasher traditionally, but it's hard to fit it into like another box. Like it definitely is. Just could have went more slasher. Could have went more just classic like Fincher-esque thriller. You know
drama.
what I mean? Like I don't know. Right. Like literally fucking Lifetime original movie. Take out the beginning scene, and maybe it is, you know?
Really, though? Yeah. Like
just ends in fucking murder, and it's like, you imply. You don't got to see. It's seeing the family annihilation in the opening scene, which, like, sets everything up for the rest of it. Anyway, do you have a money minute? Do you know how much?
This was, like, if I remember, it was kind of hard to find the money. Oh, yeah, it's like $5 million was the closest I could find for... a budget, and that's like rough. It could have been a little bit more, but I would assume 5. That's kind of the vibe I got with this. It does feel it's a slashery, so they're probably just giving a little bit of money. It doesn't need too much, but it only grossed 2.5, so it didn't really. I think
enough to get 2 sequels though. Probably did pretty good on home video though. Late 80s into the early 90s. Right. I bet you this did good.
100%. I'm sure. Yeah.
This is a good one for like a sleepover too. You know what I mean? This is like a good it's eerie and intense, but it's not.
And if you this is definitely one where I'm like, if you had a weird dad and if you had like a stepdad in your life and you watched this, you're like, huh. I had a weird stepdad once.
I know, right?
I can see that.
A stepfather. I haven't read this comment. I missed it, so I feel bad that I missed it. So I don't know if they are listening to this, but I'm going to read their comment. So Homework Early says about the stepfather. Wait a minute, who am I here? Ben Adam of this since my dad rented it for me back whenever it hit VHS. That opening hits hard, and him walking through the carnage he left on the way out. Had to love that. You think the brother of previous victim would come to the rescue, but gets killed like that. Boneheaded move, since you already knew he killed, and wait to mention the blood on his face before trying to take out his gun. Holy shit, thank you. Right, anyway. They go on to say, I would have wholeheartedly recommended the crazy 1989 sequel to Stepfather 2, Make Room for Daddy. It has Terry O'Quinn returning alongside with Meg Foster from They Live as his unsuspecting target / love interest. Jonathan Brandis as her son a year before starring in Stephen King's It TV adaptation, and Caroline Williams from Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2. Well, shit. Thank you for that comment. And now I do feel like I want to go watch. Yeah, I feel like I do got to go watch something.
Well, I think there's just 3. That's short and sweet. That's nice. Kind of get
trilogy, baby.
This world, Yeah. So.
And they're like, you remember the movie Stepfather? Let's remake that in the mid 2000s, which is when they remade every horror movie. And I wrote a paper for my big boy college class last semester about horror movies, and it's the worst decade.
It really is. It's
90s are pretty bad too, honestly. Like going through 90s are pretty rough, honestly. There's some bangers in there, but 90s and the early 2000s are dry, man.
90s,
all
they
the early 2000s,
they wanted to be,
everyone wanted to be Scream, so
yeah, they all wanted to be too meta, but which is fine, It's like
interesting movie. Let's move on.
Yes, and speaking of remakes, this film, Dead and Buried, was like so fun. Terrible movie, but so freaking fun.
We didn't talk about this, right? We didn't talk about this?
No, we haven't talked about this. This film if there was ever like Blood on Satan's Claw and Dead and Buried, those
Crawl
are
Space.
two of
That's
the
my other
most.
one.
Oh, and Crawl Space. Sure, I haven't seen that yet.
I know.
But this could be
100%.
a limited time series or another film. If this was adapted, this is one of those movies where I'm like, the script is so sick.
No,
and like
the
even
premise-
the acting, the premise is dope. Like,
Premise is
everything
dope.
about this movie though.
The
I
script
really
feels like a first draft, but like in a way that's
Oh.
cool. It's messy.
Yeah.
It's messy, but it's a lot of fun. But it's mostly
Yeah, I
messy
mean-
in like the dialogue and the like
I know. I
payoff
think
of
it's
story
editing.
structure things. The
I
editing.
think it's editing. I think
The
that
editing-
I think
the
that
editing
the,
was
like
tugged.
they made this movie and then you know how a movie gets made 3 times. They like on the 3rd time they were making this and they're
a
editing.
different
they were
person
like,
made
they're
this movie every time, and I think that's a good way to put it, man. Because this movie, Dan O'Bannon and someone else, but they wrote the script, and it felt like it was supposed to be like this, like 80s, like cool, like kind of wacky, and then it feels like it was then made like the person they brought on to make it was like an old timey director, and so it's shot very sincere, very straightforward. Like even things that like they say lines that would be like in a cheese ball, like, you know, perfect in like a fucking Return of the Living Dead type of movie, but it's very straightforward, very sincere, and it's got this like very sincere music playing over it, which makes it really uncomfortable, but like in a good way. But it's disjointed. And then the editing, which is a kind of a disaster. Like they're just like, let's just salvage this thing.
Yeah.
And so what you get is this weird hodgepodge at the end, man. Like this movie was not good, but there's
dude,
something. There's like such a cool nugget in the middle here, and it's like not even disappointment.
It's the Cemetery Man for me. Like that's a
yeah,
big, like
that's a
it's
good.
that,
That's
like,
a
where I'm
good
like,
one.
where I'm
Yeah,
like,
that's a good way. To
I
put it.
love it, but then it's like, and then like you're saying, I think
Cemetery
that
Man's a
everybody
mess, but it's got some juice.
God, and I think that's this movie. Everyone brought some thunder to their character.
They did.
But like it was shot poorly and edited poorly.
Dude, every nighttime
they
scene
probably
I was
only
like,
got one
holy
take.
shit, like
Oh,
can't see
it made me
anything.
so mad. Made me so mad because there were some cool things happening, dude.
Yeah.
Like when that family goes to the home and like dude,
Yeah.
it's so creepy. All the townspeople showing up and shit. Like
That
dude,
got
this
me
is a
every
movie
time,
that-
like when the fucking, like when it would start happening, there'd just be someone there with the camera, and then
Yes.
suddenly everyone's there.
It's-
The musical
cool.
sting, it's just like packed full of people just taking pictures and recording them and shit.
and dude,
It's horrifying.
when he
It's like
when
it's pretty
like,
good. Those moments,
like when he puts that woman back together, that is
So cool.
beautiful, dude. It's so
I
cool.
know he's just
Holy
that good.
shit.
Like I love their like Dan O'Bannon, and then they're just probably fucking doing some, you know, late 70s coke, and they're like, hey, like
Yeah.
what if there was a mortician that just like he was so
Dude.
good at his job that he made people look so good that they actually just came back to life and started running this town.
I would
that's
watch,
what it is.
I would watch a movie that is just the mortician.
He's
keeping
awesome.
himself alive.
Yeah.
Because he's like, I like at the end of this movie, he gives himself the like fluid treatment or whatever that, you know.
I know he's like, call it black, because that's the thing you never know too. He's
Yeah.
like, call it medical science, call it black magic. I will take it to my grave, which is great because he's like, you
Right.
can't kill me, you can just make me dead. You know what I mean? Which is
Yeah.
like fucking metal
that's
as shit.
so good.
Yeah.
That's such a good dude. He's the greatest. He comes in
He's
to
so
listen to like the big band jazz music, and
so good.
he's like, just a minute, you know, and he like gets there, like their banter, dude. The sheriff, small town sheriff, morgue doctor banter, where it's
The
like
sheriff
so
gave it.
so good.
He put it all out on the table too, and the ending, like this, really did kind of did a good switcheroo because I'm like, okay, what's the deal
Yeah.
here? Is this like a?
Well, no,
I was getting like some
yeah.
Wicker Man vibes.
I
like it was a
thought
cult,
robots.
obviously.
I kept thinking robots. That was my guess.
We'd
like,
watched
the whole time.
I was thinking something
Yeah.
like adjacent to like Night of the Creeps, where it's like maybe not brain slugs, but something like that.
Oh,
you know?
yeah, right. Yeah. But dude,
He's just that
well,
good,
like,
dude. He's just that good.
we're deep in the weeds, but anyways, all this movie is like synopsis wise, I'm gonna give it. Sheriff Dan Gillis investigates eerie deaths in a sleepy coastal town.
That is what happens,
dude.
This
It's what is it? It's
also
called
gave
Potter's,
me
Potter's Bluff, dude.
bud.
Welcome to Potter's Bluff, bitch. And he takes a photo of him and just slits his throat. Like,
I know.
dude, it's
The
fucking
opening
good.
scene, I was
The
not
opening,
expecting
the
that.
opening.
but it's-
I know, and the whole time I'm like, this is like softcore porn. It's like the music,
The music.
the lighting, everything about it, the acting, every
do you
single
want
thing.
to have
and then
me, Freddy? And he's like,
yes, dude.
I would like to
no,
have
like,
you.
yeah.
And
like,
they're just like, click, bitch. Like,
yeah, dude. Well, like when her blouse opens up, and I'm like, what is this movie?
Yeah,
I was
literally.
like, where's this going? And he like takes his scarf off, and I literally was like, we're about to see peen, dude. They're gonna bang right now, like guaranteed. It's gonna be like a full sex scene, like right now, just like right at the beginning, and then he gets horrifically mutilated and murdered,
and he doesn't even die right away.
Well, and I love it because they needed this movie. This movie could use.
It could have been
just
so cool though.
There's so many nuggets where like
so many
the
nuggets.
the mortician, he has his like wave of humans go out there, his automaton, you know, that he like his whatever his.
He just gives them the memories.
He has them go out for him, and like he wants them to mutilate the strangers because then he gets to fix them, and that's part of his like sexual drive,
dude,
is to fix
the love of the
game,
man. He's like, I'm the greatest there ever was. I'm an artist.
Yeah,
sir.
I mean, he is.
He is.
Yeah, and that's what I like about it, dude. Yeah, dude. Oh my God, no. Do you know what we need? Guillermo del Toro is opening a stop motion studio. We need to get him. This should be their first project, dude.
That'd be great.
Buried stop mo, dude.
That'd be so good. Because there's so many things. And then the ending when it's just like, even you, Dan, or whatever. He's just his fingers are all melted off.
All the projectors and everything
ends on the freeze frame. Like they really just didn't know.
It's so good. It's so good though. Like,
made 3 times. Like you said, it's a fucking mess. Yeah. This movie's a goddamn mess.
It's such a mess, and it's so boring half the time.
Sometimes, literally.
When it's good, it's cooking, dude.
Yeah, it is, and it's like something about this like very sincere, like it reminded me of The Fog in a way where it's just like
100%.
The coastal town stuff too, obviously, but it's just like it's shot. It's like very grainy. It feels like 10 years older than it is.
Oh, they're filming on whatever stock.
It's like 81, but it feels like 71. You know what I mean?
No, dude. It's like whatever like Kubrick's film stock they just swept up off the floor, and we're just using ends and shooting like 6 seconds at a time with this thing. Like, dude, they shot it on like the shittiest film I've ever seen in my life.
It's awful.
It's
I don't know. Like it's got a charm. I don't know. There's something like this.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I think I like this. This is like one of my favorite movies we've watched the whole month.
I know
and so just on the premise of like it's batshit insane. The morgue dude is amazing. The fucking when the arm is in the car and it's like wobbling, and I'm like, what is going on? Like it really just got me. This movie really was a whodunit because I was like, what the fuck is happening? Are they zombies? Like what are they? Like and they're kind of like. And then, like, they have, like, the voodoo witch doctor shit that's happening, and you're like, and the wife, the whole time, you're like, oh, the wife's in on it. But then she's not. And then the ending, she's like, she's like, kill me, but I don't know who I am.
Yeah, she's just undead.
Yeah, she's like,
the sexiest zombies.
Well, I know, honestly, yeah. So that's what he does. I love how he's like, they last from like, oh, I don't know, a week, 10 days, whatever. whatever. He's like, and then they have to come back to me to get fixed up. And I'm just like, it's so good. But it's like, it's a mess. It's a mess. Like, that's like, you know,
it's
but it's
goofy,
a beautiful mess. Like,
and it does not work, but it kind of hits though, right?
Like Patrick never told me about this movie. Like, come on, dude. Like
this feels like Patrick. I'm surprised. I guarantee because it's like the effects were like pretty bad a lot of the time too.
So good, dude.
Like,
I love it.
Sometimes, that's the thing. They were very inconsistent. Sometimes they were great.
It was
great makeup, and then like when he rebuilds that girl's face is so good. He like puts the eyeball in, so good.
And
but
that editing, dude. So that scene when he puts the eyeball in and it cuts and she's real. They talk about how like that's like their magnum opus, like it's amazing, and it looks terrible. It looks terrible. It's good. No, it's good. It's good, but it's like so It's so you can see the edit. And, like, it's all that. It's like really
like shaking.
No, and they're like talking about how like you know what it is. It's like 22-year-old kids that are just like fucking dude, we're doing it, man. Like we're gonna make the greatest. Like you know,
like,
but it took them 17 takes to get that.
Nice.
I love it, dude. It's so good.
Compared to the scene where it's like they just have like that dude's plaster head. He's like, oh no, what are you doing? And they shove the acid up his nose.
That was
so.
You could tell.
It's so bad.
That
It's
was
just
such
like
an
a plaster
afterthought.
face.
Yeah.
They're just like,
Yeah.
What if they shove? That's a cool death, and then they're like, we don't know how to do that. You know, like
I don't know, really though. They're like that's a lot of work. Like that's like a lot of, and they probably didn't have the budget for it.
No,
it's low budget as hell.
Oh yeah.
So.
Okay, what do you got for the budget? Let's move on.
Yeah, well, we can kind of move on. I love
remake this movie, but like you're right because I was thinking that I don't know if I
yes.
commented that, but we were sharing the same brain where I'm like,
oh, 100%.
This is a broken. There's a diamond in here somewhere that got massacred.
This could be,
but
this is like
if done right,
a Westworld. This is Westworld. The movie Westworld.
Yeah.
It's great, but it's got so many flaws. Where the TV show, that first season of Westworld, is some of the greatest TV ever. It's amazing. And so that's exactly what this movie could get is like, you know, give it kind of the Westworld treatment, give it a season. But anyways, I loved it. Money Minute wise though, it was there. I couldn't find a solid number either on this. This is one of those kind of movies where it's like 3 to 5 million. Can't be more than that. Yeah. But you know, it could have been cheaper, you know, and who knows? It could have been like 5 million and like half of it was booze and film scrap that was like part of the budget.
Kubrick,
you know,
the Kubrick film scrap from the dustbin.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, like literally. But then it only grossed 200,000. I think is that what that's like what they're. Yeah. 216,000 is like the box office numbers, which I'm like. No. Once again,
this movie lives on VHS, man, for sure.
Yeah. God, it's got a life on VHS. I'm glad that I've seen it though. It's definitely
100%. I'll remember it because it like in the freeze frame too. The ending on the freeze frame is so classic.
Oh, the ending on the freeze frame is so cool.
The music being like very like classic and sincere, almost sounding.
Yeah,
and like the family, like the whole town showing up during all the murders. Like the murder scenes, like legitimately kind of disturbed me. Like they freaked me out.
No, they're brutal. Yeah, they're really brutal. Like this is one of those where I'm like 80 for 81. They're actually like this feels pretty like, you know, what
71,
sophisticated,
man.
if you will. Like, yeah, I know it was. Yeah.
Yeah. Competitive bat 5831. He says, literally knew nothing going in like the others here on Reddit. It's interesting that this type of necromancy seems to have little to no downsides, which isn't super common. I also like that there isn't an independent zombie who doesn't even realize that they're dead. That there is an independent
yeah.
The opening made me think it was going to be some kind of Hot Fuzz where they just killed anyone who poked around too much. Right, the cult, right? But turns out they're all already dead and rebuilt. I also liked comparing this to The Stepfather for how horror evolves over time. While they're decently close as to when they came out, they feel really fall apart from each other genre-wise. The Stepfather is clearly an early slasher with the sound effect that go with that, while this movie still has the older harsh piano hammers that are, at least for me, associated with the older horror. Both movies also had me thinking, damn, how easy was it when you could just hop from town to town, or even not even that for The Stepfather, and assume a new identity or fabricate things that no one really even cared that much. The idea that a pathologist could get fired for that and jump to the next town state nowadays is impossible to consider, right? You wonder how many fucking thanks for that comment, man.
Well, thank you for that comment. And you have no idea. You're talking like I love that in The Stepfather we talked about that a little bit, obviously, but like I also love seeing old technology, like in Exorcist when she's like going to get all that like work done. It looks like medieval, and it's like the high tech, you know, technology of the time. And this is the same way where like he's like, dude, my God, the characters. There's so many good characters. Dan O'Bannon, dude, he's so fucking
Dan O'Bannon's my guy.
There's so many
man.
good. I know, we love him represent, but he the clerk that works in the sheriff's office, like or whatever, she's like, let me get on the telex or whatever. It's like it's like an old, it's basically just like a fucking Morse code, whatever. Like it's this like,
and then she
like
reads the whole exposition dump, you know?
It's
like
so
5
good.
straight minutes of an unbroken shot of her just reading it. I know. The editor too, the poor editor that they hired for peanuts after the movie was shot. In the 70s and then finally in the 80s he's like, fuck, I don't know.
They probably edited this in camera, dude. This was shot off.
All right, quick, shove those things up his nose.
All
right, moving on.
I loved it, dude.
It's fun.
It's honestly,
it's something.
Okay, so our next film is a film that right, exactly. And the next movie that this is a film that did not really suck visually wise or story wise. It actually is like so tight and so straightforward, but it kind of feels like a short that's been fleshed out to a feature, but not in a bad way. I give this is one of those movies where it's like I give it like a 3.5, but heart, like it's a movie that I personally
That was my
love.
original rating. Was 3.5 because I'm like, okay. And then the more I sat on it, the more I liked it. And then honestly, watching it a second time, something clicked. So we're talking about In a Violent Nature.
Well, sorry. I'm looking at the poster right now, so I'm like, oh. But
we're an hour deep, dude. Like we're.
I know. I'm trying to. Yeah, we've got 3 more movies. We can do it, man. We got it. We got it in us. And this is one of this is also like Dead and Buried. Dead and Buried is one of my favorite movies of this, but not because I think it's a good movie.
Yeah.
Just because it's a beautiful premise. Where this is a movie that I like. I say 3.5 heart. But I know when I like watch this again, it'll be like I watched it. I just watched it today, and I kind of feel like I don't know. It's the first watch, and I don't really know. I knew what I was getting into, but I didn't quite know what I was getting into, and I actually thought it would be a little more gory. But then I think I didn't appreciate because when
it's so gory.
I thought well, no. I thought there'd be more kills.
Sure.
So it's like there's 4 kills, which is a healthy amount.
Well, they come in quick succession. Like when he finally gets to the teenagers, he kills 3 of them all at once.
Right. And then one's just a drowning, but the one where he folds the girl in half and her head comes through her stomach,
pulls her head through her spine.
That don't even get me started. Like that is
so
that is peak. Yeah.
This movie for your mom. This movie is the 4th or 5th Jason movie that just it feels like you're getting thrown in the middle of a slasher franchise and you just follow the fucking slasher around. The camera moves at a methodical pace. This is kind of experimental. It follows him. There's no music. The music is the sound of the woods as he tromps through it. He's just like a giant hulk of a man. And that's it. But it's there's an entire generic slasher movie going on in the peripherals, which is what I think is genius. Because it's
that is
the plot. There's not really a plot, but you get the exposition of the teenagers and even the legacy
I think that's what kind of bothers me.
He's like, I remember me from 10 years ago. It's this is the sequel. Right. You know what I mean? We're already in it.
Yeah. And that's exactly. That's what's fun is but I think they do a good job at crafting the fact that it's been 30 years since, the first time he did the massacre was 30 years ago. And every 10 years, or not every 10 years, but it had been 10 years since he
the last
came
one.
Back.
Yeah.
Since the last time he came back, and they so the Ranger's dad was the one who got him trapped, and and it's one of those things where it works. It's such a simple premise because it's basically, it's literally, it's funny. It's if this wasn't done so differently artistically, artistic wise, this wasn't done in a different almost genre in a way than any Friday the 13th movie. It's it's kind of weird. It's like a ripoff, but yet it feels so wholly original.
It's because it's done it's like it's that's the thing. It's the plot is very just so nothing, but it's a subversion of the genre
Teenagers
because how
in the
it's
woods.
told, right? And
right.
Which I fucking loved. Honestly, first time watching
I really
want to see sucked into the ambient. It's ambient horror.
Yes,
it's Skinnamarink almost, but
I had to watch it.
It's punchy.
I had to watch it with my headphones on. That's why it took so long for me to watch it. It's because to have time just to focus on it, I wanted to actually be immersed.
Wasn't the edible?
Being able to watch it with my headphones was great, and so. It really it actually it made it creepier, and I loved the editing where it's he had super hearing essentially, he's kind of supernatural, so it's
he's a zombie.
He would walk
pretty
up.
Much. He's a Jason. He's whatever Jason is.
He is. Right. Yeah. Exactly. He's just a vengeful spirit that can come back. And he takes the form of Johnny in this case, and he's just kind of indestructible, and so
and the violence. The VFX are so good, are
so good.
Because obviously, first time.
That's what you're here for.
Here it is. I love the ambient, just very kind of. It's like lo-fi chill vibes of like, and again, the subversion on the genre, where it's like not only is it just following them, but like the way it decides to tell the story, it's like almost peaceful. And he is, it feels like first time I watched it, I'm like, this is a nature documentary. You know what I mean? Except for instead of a lion, it's, you know, this undead vengeful spirit that it's a fucking slasher villain, which is so good. And it's executed so beautifully, I think. But like, obviously it's still just like like you kind of said, it is a little stretched out for the premise. You know what I mean? It does
I think
feel.
I think that's my only problem with it. I think it might maybe I was just feeling like I kind of wanted it. I knew what it was doing, so I was kind of just like not appreciating it, you know, because it's like,
yeah, you really got to get soaked in the atmosphere.
The opening, but that's the whole thing. I'm like, it's funny because I was in it from. I think that's it. In a week, when I remember this film, it will be condensed down into like the perfect length.
Correct.
In my mind's eye, my memory. And so, you know, but I think like I appreciate the slowness. I think the fact that they actually, when they tried at the end, I don't know, to kind of make it a thing, but I don't know, dude, her sitting in the truck and she's just looking out into the forest and you can't tell, even I was watching the movie being like, is he out there?
The end,
you know, I'm doing the like, it's so
fucking
effective.
Brilliant, dude.
So effective, dude.
Because you get the long spiel
this really is
about,
a beautiful movie.
about like nature. You just can't like the fucking unhinged, the hen house or whatever she was talking about.
Right, yeah.
It's just like, doesn't really, it's like, oh, maybe that was him. Maybe it was connected. But really it's just like, you can't put your finger on what nature does. Like, he is a force of nature. And the way that it's filmed, the way that it's edited conveys that. Like, the camera is behind him. It's like fucking Into the Void, you know? It's just like following him. It's just like matching his pace. Like, you feel it. And it feels... I feel
like I'm watching a YouTube... It's like a YouTuber that's making a video vlog.
Right.
He's like, come with me in the woods today.
It feels fucking...
campers.
He's relentless. He never stops. And he kills with extreme prejudice. And so when it finally cuts and it shows her, it switches to the final girl, which again we don't really care about because we don't really get to know her. But
no, right. But I loved the fact that I'm like, oh, cool. So here's the final girl. Yeah.
Instead of like crazy music, it's her running through the woods at night, and the sound is like cranked to the point of it like breaking the speakers, and it's just like the woods at night, which is terrifying.
Well, and it's so that's the thing I was gonna say. It's like. Being in the woods at night, walking through the woods at night, it is like that. Like, you hear the crunching and the animals are screaming.
They're screaming. We've been conditioned for the last hour and 20 minutes or whatever that like it never stops with the way it films. Like, relentless. He is always coming. He will always get up. And so like they drive for like 10 minutes and it doesn't make any sense for him to be there, but it's just like we know he's coming. Yeah. And so we feel that like trauma of like looking over the shoulder, like looking just that shot of just out the car door, that it's just like
so
waiting for the jump scare that never comes is so fucking good. It works so well. And then it cuts obviously to in the woods and then the necklace is gone. You know what I mean? He's back to his slumber. You know, it worked. She's defeated him, but she will always be looking over her shoulder, man. It's like It Follows, but it follows quit following you. Yeah. You're like, what do you do? You know what I mean? Like. But
and that's what's cool is she'll never know because it's like you could this can be open for a sequel easily.
There is. They're making. They already are.
Oh, they are. Oh, they already are.
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah,
cool.
It got greenlit like last year, like right after this came out, and I'm pretty sure they're filming it right now. Actually, I don't know for sure if they're filming it, but I know it's a thing. I know that it is hopefully going to come into a thing. So
I know that it's like the dude who did it was like. This is one of his first full feature type of deals.
And that shows. I mean, this is like a art house, like love letter and VFX.
Well, I think that's the thing.
Like the gore.
Exactly. I think it is, like we were saying off camera, off mic, this is my favorite, Friday the 13th movie. Like, this is exactly being the nerd. It's like, I liked watching him. I think personally, I'm like, I clearly would have liked a little more murders, but
the murders are so good, though.
But I loved it. That's the thing. I love
legitimately
I love the
uncomfortable
creativity of the kills.
Like 5 straight minutes of that fucking park ranger getting chopped up. Like, dude, just no music or anything.
I love the no music and the standing, the like childlike standing that he does, like the body. It's like
and he
it's
gets
great.
the toy, the car on the keychain. So good.
I know, right. But see, there's some times where like that kind of was like a hiccup to me a little bit because of the human actors, because of the characters and what they were doing. I don't know, but it doesn't matter. That's not the point.
Yeah.
But dude, apparently Good Boy is supposed to be similar to this.
Cool.
It's in that,
where it just like focuses on the dog, and it's like there's another movie going on the outside, which is really cool. I like that.
Which is great. But I think my favorite part in this movie, which we don't really do that very much often, but I just have to, it is so fucking good right at the beginning when he goes to his old home and he has his flashback, to like him being a kid in that house, and you like then and the new dude that's living in that house that's all run down and he's just an old trashy piece of shit. And he gets like out in the woods, and that edit where it shows
the
his
hand, dude, that
slowly
edit
moving,
is so
and then it
good.
cuts. And then it just smash
soaked
cuts
in
to
blood.
it's covered in blood.
Yeah.
And he's going for the necklace. Holy shit.
The editing was so good.
That is where I'm like, oh, I'm fully hooked. Like I loved having just like, I loved the opening, and it's just like a frame, and it's just voiceover, and then the kid like takes the lock.
Aspect ratio. I'm like, are we watching fucking? Was this first cow? You know what I mean? Like,
I know, really though. Yeah, exactly. It's got that. Like, I think that's
that nature energy,
the tenderness. The pacing's beautiful. Even though I was complaining about it feeling like kind of
every time they stop
stretched out
to focus on the teenage characters, which they didn't do very often, but I feel like that was kind of like felt like, oh well, we have to do that. I felt like it could have done totally without that. Like them around the campfire, I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
Them.
Well, no, I actually I like it. So them around the
campfire,
campfire,
it's like him watching.
Is
it,
fine.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Right.
Them
exactly.
at the cabin.
And I love it because them taking the picture, and you're like, oh, in like a typical movie, they'll take the photo and he'll be in the background. Yeah. But then remember, she's like, remember the photo? And they're like, no, it's all blurry. And like, I'm just like, oh, this is great. It's like, it's so good. I almost kind of wish it was a little more, we got a little less story, and it was more him, like, we were completely in his point of view where he walks away and he can't hear anymore. And it's just, When it drops off at the end, like, it's so effective, but I think that would have been even more effective when it was like literally like an unbroken chain. Like it mostly is, but totally. One last thing, and then we'll get into it. But I wanted to mention this time around, it cracked my ass up. So there's like no jump scares, because how can there be? There's no music. You're following the killer. Yeah. But there is one jump scare, and it's fucking hilarious when it's like they're like, all right, I'm going to distract him. And then the teenager jumps up behind him, and it jump scares him. He hacks him to fucking death, and he keeps hacking him so many times because he got jump scared. He got jump scared. And it scared him, and he's upset about it. He was pissed. He was pissed.
So funny. God, that's so funny.
It's
where it's
good.
just like
it's so good.
A reverse jump scare where the victim jump scares the killer, and he fucking little kid panics his hatchet into a bloody pulp. It's so good. I love it. I honestly really
and then I love that. Me too. No,
I get if you don't like it, because of course the dudes on Reddit they did not like it, and I get it.
No, that's fine. I get it. It's like playing Hunt Showdown, but in a movie. It is like First Cow and Friday the 13th. So, anyways, I think that's amazing because when he's hacking the body and like then we get to transition into the final girl, and she's like hearing it, that when she's running through the forest, it plays that sound effect. So she's like hearing the thudding of him just hacking him to death. And I'm like, God, the sound design in this
sound
movie,
sound design. God, I love the sound design.
Beautiful. So good. Yeah, gushing about it. But anyways, and the budget was $600K. So super. That's basically a micro budget in this day and age. This was made last year. I thought it was
at least like a million or two, a couple million. Because I mean,
$5. You could even say $5, honestly, for just how crisp and clean and how good the prosthetics are and stuff.
The VFX, the VFX like looked great. Like I feel like all the obviously everyone talks about the yoga kill, but it's just like him smashing that kid's head with the rock. Like obviously they had to do some compositing there, but it's like unbroken. It's great.
It's all one shot, and I was just like, that's so cool. I'm like, how'd they do that? But
well done.
2024, it's pretty easy to do that nowadays. But that's just that one.
Some careful compositing and really good fucking
And it's like practical too. That's what's cool.
Yeah, exactly.
Like they, and so it's just like, God, that's, Give it to me, baby. But yeah, so and then it made $5 million, and it went to Shudder, so it's kind of one of those, it did, yeah. Soon
got a couple Shudder movies. So I'm looking forward. I don't know what they can do with the sequel, honestly. Like, he can obviously come back, but it's just like the novelty of this is kind of what makes it work, because it's like it hits. It's not perfect, but I feel like it's like kind of an experiment on like what it is. And I say like ambient horror where it's like a Skinamarink. Like, you couldn't make a Skinamarink 2, but I really love Skinamarink also for what it was. You know what I mean? So it's kind of the same vibes. So anyway. I will do Clones of People 2 on this one. Let's see what he's got. He says, first watch, never heard of this, and my expectations were not very high. I think it was better than I expected, but it had a lot of flaws. The cinematography was excellent at times. I loved the aspect ratio, and the scenes following Johnny were atmospheric and technically nice. Great framing. Oh, sorry, my alarm just went off. It's like, take your pills. Great framing. Some amazing long shots. Yeah. It was well thought out. The dialogue and the high amount of off-screen dialogue. I get this was done to keep the camera on Johnny, but a lot of it felt badly acted and flat. Fair enough. I wasn't a fan of the ending either. It ended on too much of a slow moment. The adrenaline of the film was gone. Also, just a nitpick, I don't like the title of this. I just keep forgetting the name. It needs something more punchy. Overall, not a fan of the movie, but love the atmosphere and the cinematography. Thanks, man.
Oh, man, okay, thank you for commenting. You're awesome. But, dude, the title, don't even fucking
title
fight.
slaps.
You want to give me the title? It's amazing. I'm someone who, loves creating titles, and just, I think a title's very important.
You're a title guy. I come to you for my titles.
This title is so fucking tight, dude. It's like, it is so succinct for what this movie is, and it's like, and I love it because they don't talk. It's like, I don't know, when a movie is called a movie and then they always say it, and it kind of feels hokey sometimes when they'll say the title in the movie, and other times it doesn't matter, and sometimes it's cool. But in this, it's like they never do it. It's just like, but it fits. It fits so perfect.
Well, it fits with the theme. It fits with the themes. It fits with the vibes. Yeah. Like, it fits with everything that comes about at the end. It fits with just the fact that it's just like the nature of violence, the slashers in a violent. Like, I honestly feel like he probably thought of the title first and was like, it's like a nature. I keep coming back to nature documentary.
I've done that. I've done that
100%.
before. Like,
you do it all the time.
You think of a title and then you create like a
Noisy
story
Sleeper,
for it. Dude, The Noisy Sleeper is really good, dude. I got Your Watch Also Tells Time. That's another one.
Yeah, that's good.
I got going. So it's like,
I get why he says that about the ending. I do think the speech is a little long-winded, but I was on my toes the first time watching it because I was like,
dude.
It worked on me. The movie, it's a fucking spell for the ending.
It got me.
It's the relentlessness, and then it just is like, it drops you into like, now you're following her. And he's coming, baby. He's coming. All
my horror movie tropes were pinging, dude. I'm like, oh, he's gonna ruin the tires. He's gonna jump out. He's gonna kill her right here. The woman's not like trusting her, and she stops to
exactly.
I'm like, let the woman oh my god, like
that's
the whole
whole thing.
Like,
it's like
frustrated.
It's that subversion, baby. That's what makes it really
me,
really nails it. But I get it. Yeah. I do think Clones of People 2 and Competitive Bat. I do think that if you guys ever watch this again, I think that it will live better in your memory, and because again it compacts it to the good bits. And I think knowing what you're in for the second time around, that's what helped me, because I was along for the ride the first time and I dug it, but the second time, like, I knew what it was going and I was able to kind of appreciate what it was doing more and picking up on like kind of the subtleties, and it was good.
And I think using the voiceover, to me, my headcanon, it's like supernatural. So like it kind of sounds uncanny. It's like it sounds, it doesn't sound right, but I actually really like the fact that like you can hear it like it's right up, like he's listening to them in headphones. It's like in camera you can hear it, and I think that's kind of cool, like, because we really are getting into his head, like, and so it's fun. That was dope. But anyways, so our next film, Train to Busan. We're gonna go to Train to Busan, where we've never been. So
now we've both been there, or we've been to this movie, right? Because we've both seen it before.
Yeah. Oh, totally. Yeah. So zombies are my
zombies on a
that's
train.
My guilty pleasure.
Cindy,
That's my
in South Korea.
I know it is. No, it literally is. It's like South Korea. The zombies on a train. It's actually funny. I've seen this before. Watching it again, the dad's like a dick, and he's kind of a dick the whole time until like literally the end when he kills himself. And I'm like, and even then I'm kind of like, I guess he redeems himself. But like it's kind of one of those movies that's like, it's a tragedy. Everyone dies except the daughter and the pregnant woman. And it's like one of those, like, I'm like, oh, okay, it's kind of sad, but I don't know, man. This is one of those movies that I love. But I have like, I don't know. It's weird. I guess it's like I don't really have anything bad to say about it at all. I think it does what it does really well, and it's really strong. But I think it just gets a little muddled on the train. There's a lot of them like going in between. You know, I don't know. It's like that where Snowpiercer.
Yeah.
Kind of like it kind of gets like that where I'm like we're learning these things, and they're kind of like they're a little. You know, clearly zombies are not natural. Zombies can't happen in real life. They're you know, it's horror, it's sci-fi, it's whatever you want to say. It's not practical. But like in the reality of zombies happening, it's cool, but then it's like the train mechanics to me bothered me, where it's like them going through the doors and stuff. Really, I don't know. It like,
all right, Rain Man.
I think there's just
like there's train.
There's something like stilted about them traveling in between the cars that kind of bothers me a little bit.
I get it.
But, you know, I loved this movie. The first time I saw this, I liked it so much more than this watch.
Yeah.
And I watched the prequel, or the
Peninsula, I was going to ask.
But dude, it's an anime, you know? And I like, it was one of those things where I'm like, oh man, that's the thing I forgot. Like Animatrix is sick, and then this does one, and I'm like, getting like
that's how you do it.
Anime prequels is really cool, and like it's
cool.
It's beautiful. Like
to expand the lore, but like not to put in all the fucking budget to make it happen, but like because the lore is always the most expensive part. You know what I mean? Usually.
Yeah.
You know what this movie was to me? This movie, I had almost the same exact viewing experience as Edge of Tomorrow, where first time I saw it, I'm like, that was really cool.
Yes,
because I watched this back
good
a few years. Yeah. I watched this like 4 or 5 years ago or whatever, or maybe when it came out, which was like 9 years ago. Jesus, it's like, but I watched this some years back,
I know,
and I was like, oh, that was a really good, fresh, competent zombie movie. It was a lot of fun. It was really cool, and everyone was like, Train to Busan, yeah, and that was like when everyone was starting to be like, oh, Korea, that's when they make Netflix, dude. Netflix, this is cool. Back before they started sucking, right? And
yeah,
so I don't know if it was I don't know exactly about that. But anyway, but this time around, I was like, yeah, it does everything fine. Like it all is fine, but there's like, I don't know. It's a roller coaster ride I've been on before, and so it's like I did not get anything out of it the second time around. Like I was like so whelmed. Like I'm like, this is cool. Yeah. Like this is entertaining. This is totally entertaining. And the zombies are dope, and like it's
the zombies. No, that's go. I'm gonna say. I'm gonna
cool.
go. I wanted to say on record, Korea does the coolest zombies. For like, I love their like their choreography, and I love their thought process behind how they create zombies. Because a show called Kingdom, which is like phenomenal. If you've never seen it or heard of it, go watch it. It's on Netflix.
Is that about zombies?
It's like. What?
Is that about zombies? Yeah, you've told me about it before, and I've never watched it.
Yes, dude, it is so fucking sick. It's like a period piece.
Oh, see, I knew that, but I didn't know. I didn't know it was like a horror.
It's like
Jason.
It's in like old Korea, kingdom stuff like that. That whole. Yeah, I don't know what period it's called.
Oh, so you're not a Korean historian, huh?
I know, right?
Get out of here.
I don't even know. Whenever it's in Japan, I just call it the Edo period because that's like calling it the 1800s or whatever. That's like calling it like their Western era. But like that century time period and that period piece, but then they add zombies. So there's like a kingdom that
cool.
has zombies happening.
I'll check that out. That sounds really cool. Actually, I'm not.
How the zombies. The mechanics of the zombies in Kingdom is some of the coolest zombie work I've ever seen.
Huh.
Like don't get me wrong, Dawn of the Dead still OG. That's my goat. I'll never like those zombies in there.
Romero zombies all the way for sure.
But yeah, right. But it's like they're so different. In Korea just they really give like that of 28 Days Later. Like they give you that like there's that adrenaline rush and like the humanity behind them, the desperation.
They are some of the
because
only
they're so
fast zombies that I like, honestly, because like 20 Days Later doesn't really count. I mean, it does, but it doesn't.
I know.
But like these
know.
are actual, like seeing them run through the train, especially that first big shot where they're like on the ceiling. It's like a fucking DayZ tile fucking wave of them through the train.
Yeah.
And they're all just like flopping. They're all just like, like it's good. Yeah, it's good. Like that's what I'm saying. This movie is totally fun, totally good. Best part about it is I was like, okay, this is action heavy enough that I could watch this with my family. So
right. Like that's the thing. This is a movie where like it does everything it does well. Like, it does the emotional parts are great. The comedy is great.
It hits the beats.
Yeah, the action. It hits
the beats. The zombies are good. The violence is solid. You know what I mean?
It's like you have some fun characters. I'm all for like an ensemble cast of just like characters you don't really need. You don't really like, root for. They're pretty two-dimensional, but they they're fun. They're fun to have. Like
get the job done for sure. And I was willing to degrade myself and watch an English dub of this so that I could watch it with my kid who could not read, who can't. She's learning how to read, right? So it's like she can't read the subtitles.
Yeah.
There wasn't an English dub, which is fine. So I ended up, she watched like the first half with me, and I just was describing what was happening, like what they were saying, just in my own voices and stuff. And that was a lot of fun, honestly. Like that was, but then she started, when the zombies were coming around like a lot, like we got like 40 minutes in or something. But so like when the zombies are, she's like, oh, that's scary. And I'm like, you want me to turn it off? She says, no, but cover my eyes. And I'm like, I'm not going to say you're going to cover your eyes. I'll just put something else.
I know, yeah.
She's like, no, I like it. I like zombies. Zombies are cool, but like cover my ears too. And I'm like, no, get out of here.
No, they're like, their zombies are like scary. Like when the first time it happens on the train and that girl like is on the ground and like the attendant comes up to her and like I'm like God, yeah. I
like a twitchy zombie's good too. I like a good twitchy zombie, you know?
Yeah. And they kind of got best of both worlds in this where like I do enjoy that they do like the slow moving zombie too. Like that's something that I always enjoy. Like I enjoy like just the monotonous, movement of a zombie that like it's gonna get you. It's like kind of one of those things where you're like, how could it happen? They don't move very fast. Like that's what Dawn of the Dead does like perfectly. It's like you're like, how does a whole like city get overrun when they're just so slow? But it's just like it's because they just it feeds on your emotions too. You care about them.
Yeah.
They're like the sister in this movie where she like she watches her sister die and then she's like, why'd you do that? And she's like, I want to be with you. And it's like that's a cool scene. I still think that I laughed at this the first time I saw this movie, and I was laughing pretty hard at it this time too. Is the like Song or whatever, the big guy, the dad that's like he's about to be a father.
Yeah, the best character.
He is. No, he literally 100%. He is the coolest character. But, like, how he's supposed to be, like, the strong one, like, he takes it off and it's like, we've got a pretty similar body structure. Like, he's just, it's just, like, it's so good because I'm very warped by, like, American perspective of, like, the unachievable body type. Like, the like, 1% of mankind that can get a body, like, like the fucking Rock or something. Like, but it's like I'm so used to seeing that like watching him, I'm like, yeah, he's real strong.
The hero, he is, yeah.
He is like, but he is. No, but he is.
He
I do love.
Stop
but
that
he's badass.
train.
I love how he just. Well, I love how he just like, he doesn't have a weapon. He just his fists, his mitts. He's just punching the zombies.
I know, yeah, my mitts.
Fun.
I know, seriously. Anyway, what you got some money? I'm curious because it's like this feels very. Well, this feels. I wouldn't have said Happy Death Day. I would have said, especially for being Korean, I feel like I heard about this movie the most. You know what I mean?
And this skims the bottom. This is very close. It's a close contender. It was 10 million, 7 to 10 million to make.
That's actually really cheap considering cheap. It's like it's on a train. It's constantly moving. There's set pieces.
There's like good sound, good special effects, and like you said, just like it has a large scope even for being on a train, which is cool.
Yeah,
like that's what I like. It like does feel like
you get
the whole
off
world.
And you get the hordes, and it's like it does feel like they're barely escaping the outbreak as it happens.
And doing like the train derailing and stuff. It's like I know there's a lot of CG involved in that, but still, it's like honestly, it could have all been CG for all I could tell really. But I can't really remember, but anyways,
That's pretty good.
but it grossed 92 million worldwide.
Yeah.
So
And
that's
who knows, because it's like most of that was, because I'm trying to remember. It's like, I know this. I don't think this is not like a Netflix movie, I don't think. But maybe it is. But it definitely has been on there since like the get go, and it's like, so obviously a lot of this money's from streaming, because I just remember like, which it's crazy this came out in 2016, which was also crazy that was 9 years ago. I know, which makes me want to fucking vomit all over my microphone, but it's just like, I don't know.
Dude,
at the time,
your
people
kid,
were
it's
like
older than your kid. Like, it's weird to think like the mile markers that we have in our lives were.
I know, but like back then, people
9 years ago,
were
Train to
excited
Busan. I feel like I just watched this.
Streaming movies, and like they're like, "Whoa, did you see that Korean zombie movie?" You know what I mean? I feel like I was getting that from dudes at Smith's, and I was like,
no, it was good. It was good eating, dude. I think zombies have kind of had a lull for a while, but like that was good.
There's only so much you could do with them, but yeah, I agree.
I know. Right.
Anyway, should I read multiple?
28 days later, though, was amazing. So, or 28 years. 28 years.
Oh, there she is.
I have to say, I know. Yeah, she's the Spectre. The Japanese movie that I was thinking about, where it's really depressing and it's very like The Innocents. It's called Nobody Knows. So that's 2004. Nobody Knows. Yeah.
Okay. Well, we are gonna do a month of just like soul crushing movies. So
we should
we keep talking about it. We
need it. Yeah.
Maybe I don't know if we'll do it for December, but maybe we will. We really want to push in that seasonal depression.
Dude, we should. Yeah. We've got the sad.
Maybe we'll do it for January. We'll see.
Oh, okay, yeah, that's even worse, dude.
I know.
January's the worst. That's
the worst.
Yeah, maybe we should.
I want to see if we can really get a suicide going.
Well, do you know what other movie we'd have to put on there? Is From Dusk Till Dawn, because that movie, this movie's pretty depressing.
Yeah.
It's a little soul crushing.
Another opponent said about Train to Busan, I'll read just this one. He said, "I cried like a child." Yeah, I bet you did.
Yeah,
fucker.
Yeah. Yeah, you big baby. Oh, you love babies. Oh,
he connected with the body too. You know, the guy. Yeah, the.
Oh, total. Well, dude, yeah. When he takes his shirt off, and I was like, I'm connecting with him.
I did. I connected.
He's
he's the best.
My daughter, my daughter, name her Peach or whatever. I don't remember what he said.
Yeah, he's great.
Yeah.
Anyway, so the last movie, we're here finally. The one we watched yesterday.
God, this is a 2 hour. Why 8 movies, 2 hours? We were way too fat in the beginning. Trim the fat right now.
Yeah.
From Dusk Till Dawn, 2 hitmen. They're bad boys.
Bank robbers.
They're bank robbers. Yeah. I mean, yeah. I go, oh yeah, not hitman. Duh. I just assume they're dressed like hitmen, and it's written by Quentin Tarantino.
It's the 90s,
it's like the same. Yeah, 90s style. It's the same diff. But anyways, they're fleeing the cops. They're trying to get to Mexico. They get across the border because they're going to meet with their rendezvous man, who will take a cut of their money.
Kidnap a family.
Give them a safe
Harvey
house.
Keitel.
Exactly, and so they
which I forgot. I forgot Harvey Keitel.
They use Harvey. I know, and I love Harvey Keitel so much. Yeah. They use Harvey Keitel and his family to cross the border in his Winnebago, and then they get to the bar, Titty Twister, and it's a rough tumble bar for bikers and truckers. And then they're in there, and
all vampires. Yeah,
it's all yeah. And then, no, Selma Hayek like really like disturbs a snake in that movie.
Yeah,
and that's about it.
she disturbed a snake, all right.
No,
snake charmer, bud.
No, dude, I know.
It's a garden snake, but
it's so not sexy at all.
What are you talking about?
Like,
it's the best.
No, I don't. No, dude, watch it, please, God. You just watched this. Tell me, when she's dancing with that snake, like, it looks like she's never been around a snake, A, and B, didn't want to be around the snake. No. And Robert Rodriguez said, "You will dance with that snake, or you will not be in my movie." Because like how she dances with that
Quentin's
snake,
like, wait,
she's literally like,
let's film the foot scene first, though, at least before we like.
Oh well, dude, no, they gotta, yeah. I mean,
because then it's a lock.
Quentin Tarantino was like, I don't know. I feel like he's like in Guinness Book of World Records for like the amount of feet that he can get in his mouth on screen. Oh, yeah. He has the most hours of foot in mouth to screen time in films. You know, I think But I don't know, man. I had a lot of this. This is one of those movies that like I saw it when I was in 95 or whatever, 96 when this movie came out. I remember seeing this with my dad and being like, fucking cool movie, dude. And then I watched it again in like when I was like 22, and I was like, oh, okay. And then I watched it now at 36, and I'm just like, wow, this is silly.
I know.
It's rough around the edges.
I feel you, because I honestly, I've softened in my old age, because I first watched this, in high school, and I was like pissed at this movie, because I'm like, the first half was just such a better movie. Like, you know what I mean?
Right.
Like, it was a little too cute. It was a little too cute for its theme, for like for like having a guy that's like a raping murderess and Juliette Lewis,
child molesting pedophile rapist that will like murder anybody he comes into contact with.
Right.
And it's like, he plays it too well. Like, I don't know.
Too well.
Like, even when I was younger and I saw this, I was like, this guy's a sleaze.
Yeah. It's like a little too cute. Like the music, it's like it tries playing a little cool, but fine, whatever. But back then, I always was like, that's a better movie. And I always knew the premise, because it's like, I feel like maybe when it came out, people were like, whoa, what? Vampires, what a shock. But it's all over the it's on the box. It's on the cover.
It's on the poster, yeah.
You know what I mean? It's just like...
It's like, it literally, like, the description of the movie is like, they thought they could get away with it, but they couldn't because they got bit in the neck by vampires. And they turned into a vampire.
The tagline is, I don't even believe in vampires, but but I believe my own eyes,
Right.
So when it shifts gears, it's wacky, and then it goes full wacky, and he's like, I kick ass for the Lord. And Tom Savini's there with like a fucking gun.
I mean, dude. Don't get me wrong though.
It's fun. It's a lot of fun. Yeah. Still.
No, like this is the thing. What this is 20-year-old kids making movies, and they're just doing what they want to do.
Yeah.
And so I 100% respect
a blast. It looks like a blast of film. They're working with like people they really respect.
And they're
they got
doing
George
a lot of
Clooney, like, you know what I mean, coming right off of ER.
That's what's so good, dude. Is Clooney? I'm like Clooney, like 10 years after. If it was 2006, I don't think Clooney would have done this movie. Like,
no.
I think he had his like, that's what's amazing, and he's literally the best part in this movie. He's so good.
He's
like
great.
Next to like Harvey Keitel.
They're all
Harvey
good.
Keitel is just.
I forgot Harvey Keitel was in this, and he plays like the straight man heart, which I feel like you don't really get very often. He's always like, I mean, he's not always the villain, but he's either the villain or like the hero that's like over the top. And he does.
Well, I can't
fall into that a little bit.
Him, Now I only see him as Last Temptation of Christ, and just being like, "You're killing Jews!" Like I just like, I can't not see him with his like little red afro. That's so good.
Oh my god! See, I'm just thinking like the wolf or something, but now that's all
I know, right? No, that's the thing. That's his like badass. So it's like to see him in this, it's kind of fun because he like kind of reminds me of my dad a little bit. Like he's got like a beard, and and you're like, oh, I can't tell. And like he loves his kids, He
doesn't say mean motherfucker. He just goes mean.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know.
But no,
like,
I think the highlight of this movie though for me, 100%, like no sarcasm behind it, is the band.
The band is so cool.
And then I forgot that they play with like a corpse band.
It's the best.
It's like all
it's the best, dude.
I like actually watching looking at the guitar and the functionality of that guitar. It's like that's where like,
and it's kind of disturbing too. They're having
doing
so much fun.
It is. It actually is like, I'm like, this is like, it's unsettling to watch him play this human torso. It's like,
that's a little body horror. You know what I mean? Like it feels like you're like, oh, right now I'm a guitar. Right. Like
yeah, and I love how the band just is like, fuck you, we're out, and they blow up. So you're like, it's just kind of like, it's one of those movies where you're like, oh, that's just yep.
Well, that's what I'm saying. It becomes one of those because it feels like a very like a natural born killers. Also for obvious reasons, right. Quentin Tarantino, right? It's like it feels like, and obviously because Juliette Lewis also, but like it feels like that vibe.
Not too Juliette Lewis,
Juliette Lewis is my crush, man. So, put a snake on her. You know what I mean? But fucking, it's like I don't know. Like when I was a teenager, it pissed me off. But now I know I'm like I'm soft, and I smoked a little, and I was like, I had a good time. Even though I was like, they took the characters from a better movie and they put them in this movie. I can appreciate that more. You know what I mean? Because it's just like, yeah, where was that other movie going to go? That movie ended, and now it's a vampire movie. And it's funny that they just, it's great that they're just like, so we're dealing with vampires, right? Everyone agree? Vampires? I don't believe in vampires, but it's definitely vampires.
And we're doing, and that's what I like. Yeah, I like that it's short and sweet. Like, they don't need to do any more. And I like the mechanics of the vampires. They're kind of
different.
Fun how they're like
and they're like lizard people. Like, I don't even know. They're like descent monsters,
like dinosaurs or something. Yeah, and then like the black guy, like he turns into like a warthog kind of looking
like
vampire.
Some weird rat. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, then Tom Savini turns into a rat.
Into the rat. Yeah.
Yeah, I turned into the but Tom Savini, man, can't. I love that. I love that guy.
Tom Savini's good, and the effects, some of the compositing was wonky. But like how they tried to like blend, because that's how they would do it. You know, they just did a lot of compositing of like blending different like VFX together, and it looked kind of wonky, but it was cool. Like the actual real VFX and like the makeup and like.
Well, and I love how they blew up a couple buildings. It's fun, you know.
See,
it's great, and like it's great how it's like an Aztec ruin at the end or whatever.
The end, fucking like the matte painting at the end was
I forgot,
choice, bud.
So it was beautiful though, but I forgot all about that. Like it's but it's good.
The levels, dude. You think that's just the tip of the Aztec iceberg, buddy.
I know, but it is cool. We have to mention it. Oh.
It's got Cheech in it 3 times. That's the type of movie it is. So he plays 3 different characters.
And he says pussy like I don't even know what 40 times or something.
He does all the worst jokes too, when he's just like, they say about me, I suck. And I'm like, oh man, you do suck. I can't kill this guy.
It's so
fucking cringe.
But it's good, dude. Yeah, no, it's I
fun.
think that's it. Yeah,
it's fun. I had a lot of fun.
But then I think what's fun about it is everyone now probably knows the lore, but if you don't, out in podcast land, this is a movie that Quentin Tarantino wrote the first half, Robert Rodriguez wrote the second half, and more or less Quentin Tarantino directed the first half, and Robert Rodriguez directed the second half, or whatever, when they get.
This is like what Grindhouse would kind of become. Like they made this, and they had so much fun that they were like, we got to do that again, and they did Grindhouse.
And then Grindhouse is just beautiful. Grindhouse is that is like them,
And we've covered both those movies separately. Go listen to those.
I know we actually have, which is funny that we
didn't
never
even do
did
a
it.
Grindhouse.
We were going to do it as. Yeah, we didn't do it as Grindhouse for like Horrortober, which I thought we would one year, but we just ended up watching
doing Planet Terror, and then we did
and then
fucking Death Proof for some completely different month. I don't remember what it was for.
I think was it Car Month or something? Anyways,
yeah, I think it was Car Month.
I think it was right. But anyways, I don't know. So that's just like that's something that like when I knew that when I was younger, I loved it. It was cool. But what I didn't learn, what I just learned now when I was looking up this movie, this is Quentin Tarantino's first script that he made money with. This is the movie that got him to make Reservoir Dogs. So he wrote this movie in
right.
19. I don't know. I mean, this is what I was reading. So that's what I'm saying. Yeah. So it's like in 1988, this movie was getting workshopped. Quentin Tarantino wrote it in 1998 or 1989.
Okay.
He wrote the script. He got paid for it in 1990. He got $1,500, and then it got him to do Reservoir Dogs.
Okay, that makes sense because I was like, this came out like after Pulp Fiction. You know what I mean? But
right. No,
but
100%.
The script,
So
I see what you're saying.
He wrote the script. This was the first script he ever wrote that he got paid for,
which is so funny.
It was like
he's just
commercial
like
success,
Academy Awards, Pulp Fiction, and then he's like, I wrote this character back in the late '80s. And he's a rapist and a creep, and he has all these fantasies that they left in the movie for some reason. And Juliette Lewis being like, "Please eat my pussy," and
I know
I'll play that guy. I will.
I'll
fall on that sword, and also he eats that fucking hot Mexican lady's foot. You know what I mean? Like,
he wrote that. He wrote that in the script. Some Hayek was like, "I'll do it."
Of course.
Hopefully she got paid more than everyone else, because
she had to get in the makeup for that one scene, which the first transformation is cool, but also terrible, and so it's just like,
So I think that sums up right there. That sums up this movie. It's cool, but it's terrible.
Yeah, it's cool and it's fun, but it's cool. It's its own thing. Like I wish there were more movies like this, where it was like would take such a left turn, and like they obviously were having fun doing it. But
we would be remiss if we didn't mention Sinners being kind of in that in that realm of taking like a straightforward film and then
And it's
adding
always
vampires,
into vampires,
to it.
yeah.
But
And
Sinners actually kind of like
just like
Sinners
Sinners
works.
Yeah, it works better. But just like Sinners, the vampires are the worst part. So it was a better movie at first.
Yeah. No.
First half was a
really,
better
though,
movie.
I totally agree. Yeah. I think that's just what it is. It's hard to like mix this, or to do that genre without it becoming kind of like.
Well, Sinners at least
generic.
Sinners at least was like trying to make some interesting points on like race relations and history and shit. But
right.
But,
and I think it's just a higher budget on top of just being and being better and being like you kind of knew. I guess it's like in that one you knew it was coming more. Even watching this, I'm like. I didn't remember how they became vampires, and they just become vampires.
It's just because why not?
It's like in Sinners, it's like they live amongst them, and it like makes sense. Like the people kind of know about them, and it's like that exists more. Where this movie, it's like they just they're like it's feeding time. You're like, what? And then it's like their bats outside. And
Why
you're
not?
Like, okay, whatever.
Sure.
Yeah, right. Exactly. Why not? Yeah.
And then this guy has a Vietnam story, and then just dies. Like, why not? He's a vampire too.
I know. Well, but he does have like the greatest death when Tom Savini comes up with his little fingers.
I know.
He's just tickling his
Tom
shoulders.
Savini looked like he was having the greatest time. They all look like that. That's the whole thing. It's they all look like they're having something.
And that's. I think it's like Robert Rodriguez. I actually kind of like. I want to get into his filmography a little bit more. I
don't love any of his. I don't think any of his movies are like great, but I respect the fuck out of Robert Rodriguez for just like what he does. He's like he just kind of makes movies for him, and like. But then he went into like his whole dad phase with like the Spy Kids movies, which was like dope. It's like I respect it, man. I don't know. We should look up and see what he's up to now. I actually don't know what he's working on. So.
Yeah, right. I would assume he's doing
that band.
Maybe he's not doing anything, dude. He's probably just got the.
That band sums it up, man. They're just like the marijuana, and then they're just rocking. Everyone's dancing, and then they turn into fucking. Cool, they're playing cool the organs.
and then they're like barely vampires. I don't quite understand. Like they are vampires.
They're all just basically
just
demons. And there's fucking saxophone with the spine. Anyway, so
that's too good, dude. That's too good. It's almost like it was filmed. Too shaky. I wanted more, man. I needed.
I know. I guess I better read one Reddit and then we're fucking done because we're hitting 2 hours.
I know. Thank God. But really though, dude. Okay, tell me, like that Selma Hayek. It like kind of just seemed. It was like embarrassing almost to watch. Like she didn't seem comfortable.
It seemed the whole thing seemed out of place. I mean, talk about comfort. I mean, that's the thing. It's like I couldn't even think about that because I was uncomfortable.
Masturbating too vigorously.
At the snake. No, it was just like because all the fucking weird Richie being the absolute creep, like that's what made me uncomfortable when he's just
I know.
Rapes and murders the poor bank teller. It's just like, we didn't even mention Michael Parks at the opening scene is the best part of the movie.
That is the best. Oh, I wrote that in my notes. Where,
opening.
He's the sheriff. He's the sheriff, and like he plays in Kill Bill and shit. It's so cool that he like gets to play that character.
So good.
Yeah, he's really good. He's so good.
The cold open too, because there's no credits. So that's the cold open.
Yeah.
It's worth it. That's a short film, man. I'm gonna show that in film class. I'm gonna just show that to my students when I'm a teacher one day, and it's not gonna have any relevance. But just so you just be like, that's a great cold opening. And they're like, well, we're talking about Catcher in the Rye, like.
Yeah, they're like, come on, boomer. Don't watch the rest of this movie. It sucks.
Check out this band. Anyway. Wait, this isn't right. Okay, I was reading the Train to Busan. I almost read his comment from Train to Busan. I was like, that's not right.
Oh, that'd been funny. The budget on this was 19 mil, which, they used every penny. And then the box office was 59. So that's pretty good, man.
It's not bad. Yeah, I know there's some sequels that are probably terrible because it's like without the gimmick, it doesn't really, it's just it's just like Mexican vampires at this point. Which sure. Here, we'll read. You know what? Since it's the last one, we'll read both these guys. So, Clones People 2 says, seen this a bunch of times. I think this is a great 90s Tarantino fun action film. It's also a great Robert Rodriguez film. It really feels like both guys and just hanging out and making a film that brings both of their passions together. Quentin goes a little bit overboard with the foot stuff and brings such a creep to his role. I think George Clooney is so good in this role, and Harvey Keitel is too. I remember loving the genre shift from crime film to action horror when I first watched it. It's such a good shift, and it works well. The vampire designs and the kills are a lot of fun. So much creativity and variety. Great fun all around. 8 out of 10. That's a good way to put it. You know, this
I
movie's very
love them
creative.
kicking the body parts around and stuff, and like when the bit where Juliette Lewis can't stab him, you know, and like she's sitting there like squirming, you know, it's cute, it's fun, it's like this movie's great, but it's bad.
She shoots her brother with that pistol, and he literally fucking explodes. Because again, why not?
Yeah,
why not?
yeah. Well, they
just like kill me.
They
She's like, I
bless the
can't.
bullets, remember?
I know, but
so he's turning into a vampire. They bless the bullets. Dude, this movie's airtight. Don't even.
Yeah. I'll give it competitive badge too, because it's his first watch, and I actually haven't read his comment yet, so hopefully he doesn't say anything racist or anything.
Let's go in fresh.
Yeah, competitive bat 5831 says, "This is my first watch. Great opening scene that really sets the tone for the movie. I love the cleverness of the alcohol plus flaming toilet paper roll. Also, holy shit, everyone in the scene is a terrible shot. Yeah. I liked the editing around the hotel room violence. We kept getting quicker than a blank look at what he's done. I think it does a great job of teasing the viewer with what they know is there, but not outright showing it. That's a good point. Making someone relive his wife's death is pretty fucked up. I love the silliness of the end. There's such a tone shift once they get to Mexico that I think it's great. I also appreciate that many of the vampires were women at the bar/brothel, putting them more in a position of power rather than men like you'd assume. The slave dialogue feels like it was written by Tarantino to Tarantino for Tarantino. I also love the corpse instruments, dude. Yeah, corpse instruments.
The corpse instruments were too good.
Thanks, guys. I wanted him to mention, because he said this is his first watch. You knew the twist was coming, right? Mention it, and I know you listen to the podcast, and I appreciate that. So if you made it 2 hours deep, thanks, dude. But mention on the Reddit, on the podcast, let me know you knew the twist was coming, right? Because if you didn't, what was that like? You know what I mean? What was that? Right. I want to know what it was like to be caught with your pants down on this movie. Like, to just be like, not seeing it. Because I feel like if I just put it on for my wife, she's seen it though. But I feel like if I was just like, we're watching this movie, boop, put it on, she would be like, what the fuck? You know, when it's just like, it's eating time, and he's like, pussy, pussy, pussy. You know what I mean? And just becomes a vampire, because why not?
Yeah, no, really though, that is. I think that's it. It's just like, this movie is just like why not? And it's fine. I don't know.
Yeah,
it's one of those like, I know I'll see it again in another 10 years. Like,
I liked it a lot more this time. I leave like before. I was always like, you know, I was too edgy to be like, I liked the Tarantino half better. You know what I mean? Which I know is usually he's the stronger writer and director. So what are you gonna do?
Right.
I mean, if he made the characters and then fucking, the characters are good. Okay, well, anyway, thank you for sitting through all that. We're done.
Yeah.
Watch all the horror movies.
That was the second week. Second week down, baby.
I hope I can keep up.
I know.
Because we
only have 7 movies next week.
Hopefully.
So this will be an hour and 40 minutes instead of 2 hours.
We'll see. So, I don't know. That's what they came for. This is the juice, baby.
That's true. Well, and it's better. What would you rather have? A 6.5 hour episode at the end of the month
that we didn't even do last year because it became too daunting. That's why I was like, we got to break it up like this.
Okay. Well, and it became, we couldn't do it. It was like November 8th, and I was like, well, I can't do it. I can't remember the movies I watched the first week.
If we would have done it the other, exactly right. If we would have done it the other way, we would have been talking about From Dusk Till Dawn for an hour, which,
yeah. I don't know if I could have. Yeah,
I could have. We'll stretch that. We'll
I know, but it's us. I kind of like this because it's like, I find that we've done it. We get 25 minutes into a movie, and then we'll start repeating ourselves.
It's rapid fire,
especially if it's like, but this is nice. And I thank you, everybody.
We're gonna change up our whole fucking formula. You're just gonna do.
If you want.
2 hours. 10 westerns every
I know, right?
Honestly,
that's the thing. Yeah, do 5 movies a week would be kind of fun, actually. But
we're not doing that. Okay,
I don't think you can hang, dude. No,
I can't hang. But I can't hang myself.
No, I couldn't in a million years, dude. I'm barely active now. But
thank you.
Support us on our places. Patreon's great. Reddit, YouTube. You know.
I'm
know
making.
to go.
I didn't even tell you this, Jordan, but I'm making merch for the Patreon so you guys can get your stickers. And I got your mugs, Jordan.
Thank
Still,
you.
I'm going to give those. And,
Yes,
but
give them away, yeah.
I'm working on a lino print I'm going to do for something. So, anyway. All right. So, yeah, thanks, everyone. Thanks for listening. Go watch those horror movies. Have fun.
Bye.
And we'll see you next week.
See you next week for more horror.
Bye.
All right, dude. I'd suck those snake feet, dude. That's a